up, YouTube? Oh, snaps. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. Where everybody knows your name. I'll pop out and chat. Oh, snaps. Come on, guy, move. Move, 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 move. Did I not hold you? Did I not hold you? There you go. What up, One Smoke? Mr. Greenbody. Leslie D. Hart. Sparks. Hillbilly Hydro Girl. What up, what up, what up, y'all? Oh, gosh. What y'all doing? Out there in YouTube land. Or what are you doing in your neck of the woods, should I say? It's lunchtime for me. I know it's 4 o'clock, but I just decided to eat lunch right now. Some of you guys are eating dinner already. If you're on the East Coast, it's 7 o'clock. You're like, this guy's just eating lunch? Yes, I'm just eating lunch. Excuse me. Kowski got his cash. Is that a question or an answer? Or I don't know what that means, Mr. Greenbody. I do want to thank those that came by last night. We did raise the extra, I believe, $100. 60, yeah. We raised the extra $100 last night for Kowski. For Kowski's little girl and her surgery. So, I don't know what their total is right now, but we're that much closer. So, I just want to hop on here and say hi to y'all. I see what y'all was doing. I'm a little bit bored. I mean, I have stuff that I can do, but I just figured I'd be like, hey, let me see what my buddies are doing. My pals. Oh, you sent your money to Kowski. Okay. Mr. Greenbody. I'm trying to move stuff over here. Make sure everything's situated. Boom, boom, boom. If your donation went through, then as long as you have your receipt, I mean, that's what you're gonna use for proof of it being sent. What up, JB? Barefoot Stoner Chick. Hey. Anyways, I was gonna pack up my I have some giveaway items to go out, and then some items from the auction yesterday as well to go out. So I need to get them situated. Mr. Greenbody. Oh, Mr. Greenbody, you waiting on a giveaway prize for me as well, huh? I haven't sent that out yet. As I can see right here, Mr. Greenbody, Hunter's Guidelines, Zindu, HWG, Josh, Dale, Giant Skies, and Josh Dale again. So if I called your name out, you have a package that is getting ready to go out. I think my mailman already came today, so I will drop it off tomorrow on my way to see the doctor again. There's a post office on the way up there, so I'll have to go get some blood work drawn tomorrow. I would have got it done today, but the excellent healthcare providers didn't tell me that I needed to fast before I had my blood work done. So I made an appointment today pretty much to go fill out paperwork, and yeah, we should have just knocked it all out in one time. One swift movement, but yes, they failed to tell me no food or drink, only water. Well, I really hadn't had anything to eat, but I did drink 2 cups of coffee before I went in this morning. And I guess the creamer that was in my coffee is considered a food. So I have to fast for 8 to 12 hours beforehand. So I'm just going to wake up early in the morning and go tomorrow before I eat breakfast or drink any warm beverages to warm my body up. Some of you subscribers I had before they booted me, huh? Some of you subscribers I had before they booted me. Yeah, YouTube acts crazy. And if you don't keep up with your subscriptions, YouTube will delete your subscription from said person. So, if you're subscribed to somebody and they don't put out a lot of content, so you don't really go check out their channel that often, they might unsubscribe you. I couldn't tell you why I don't work for YouTube. What is your new link, Slickrick? Slickrick1214? I don't know. What? I'm lost. I'm lost, guys. Mr. Greenbody said no rush, man. I know you're not in a rush, but if I don't get it out soon, then I'll forget about it. And then I'll have angry subscribers like, oh man, I want something and I never got it. And then I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I forgot. I am human. And I do forget to do stuff sometimes. Or sometimes I'll be ready to send somebody's prize out and they won't get in touch with me with any shipping information. So how am I supposed to ship you something if you won't respond to an email? I'm not calling out any names, but it's happened in the past. Like, I can only do so much. I can only do so much. What up, Debo? Debo 52 in the house. Big Nate. I'm at a Cancun resort, bruh. I'm glad that you are listening to me while you on vacation, man. Cancun, Mexico. I was thinking about maybe going to Aruba this year, but I need to make sure that my finances are in order before I decide to do so, because I have to move this month. I'm actually moving in the middle of the month, which is going to be kind of awkward for me, but I got to get it done. I need a bigger resident. I'm tired of being in this small space. So with the move, I have had to pretty much readjust my budget because my bigger space is a lot more than I am currently at. So I got to squeeze some things, make room for others, because of my bigger living resident. Of course, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. So I had to chop down my my budget. I had to go through it and really see what I need and what I don't need so I can move. And yes, hopefully when the move is complete, I might be able to expand the garden a little bit more, but I will not really know until I get where I'm going and set everything up. But I'm super stoked about that. Excuse me. I did just a general checkup at the doctor this morning. Your boy's pushing 40. I have a couple years before I get there. But, you know, when you get so old, you got to go to the doctor and make sure everything's straight. Get your little tune-up or health check or whatever. So I did that today. And I have officially shrunk an inch since the last time I measured my height. I used to be 6'2". The doctor told me I was 6'1" today. So I have shrunk. Guys, I'm shrinking. I think we're all shrinking though. Let everybody tell it. I got 40 plus subs since my last upload the other day. Well, yes, putting out content helps you get subs. I mean, if you don't have any content for people to look for, how are they going to subscribe to you? I don't know. No, I didn't get my pooper checked. No, not today. Huh? What side of town I'm gonna be on? I'm on my side of town. AJ, are you in the lobby but not saying anything, guy? AJ's so crazy. I'm actually moving into the same apartment complex, just a bigger. I'm going from a 1-bedroom to a 2-bedroom. When I originally moved in here, it was on like some last minute. I kind of had to get up and move from where I was at. I really didn't have a lot of time to look for apartments, and pretty much the first one I found, I moved into. And for you guys that know me, I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment, and my daughter has the bedroom, so I sleep in the living room pretty much, which is fine with me. I don't really have to impress anybody, but I'm getting to the point where I need my own space. I need my own room. I'm a grown man. I need my own room. And although my daughter has her own room, like a lot of my stuff is in her room, storage-wise. So her room isn't really like quote-unquote her room. And I feel like, you know, that's something that every kid wants and desires growing up is, you know, their own little space to grow and blossom in. So she will have her own room, I will have my own room, and I finally have a living room to actually semi-entertain company if they come over. Not like anybody comes to see me anyway, but it's not fun when people come over your house and they want to sit on your bed because there's no couch. I mean, I don't want your butt on my bed. I sleep right there. I don't know where your butt been, but I know my face is going to go at the end of the night on that bed, and I don't need no, yeah. I don't need no butt germs on my bed, so stay off my bed. If you guys ever come to visit me, do not sit on my bed. But hopefully by the time you guys come, I'll be in a bigger spot. I'm actually moving in like 6 days, 7 days, somewhere around there. I'm not packing up anything. I'm literally moving my stuff from one apartment to the next apartment, and I'm going to try to take the task on by myself. My daughter's out of town for the summer, so she's not going to be here to actually help me. And the days that I'm moving, I think most of my friends and or family are going to be at work during that time. So I might just have to do it by myself, but I know it can be done. I know it can be done. Ooh, who came in here? Candy Wallace. What? What up, girl? I haven't seen you in forever. Green Thumper in the building. Green Thumper's in the building. What y'all smoking on out there? Is everybody getting medicated? I hope you guys are. If you're not already medicated, then you need to be working on that, because it's all about staying healthy. Whew. Oh yes, guess what, guys? My medical advisor gave me a nicotine patch. So, for the next 28 days, I will be patched up. Hopefully, I will quit smoking these nasty cancer sticks so I can live long and prosper. Live long and prosper. I'm almost not gonna know how to act though with my own spot, because with my own room, because I've been so used to being like in the living room. It's crazy. It's funny, like this apartment would be perfect for me if I didn't have any kids, but I do have kids, so I need that extra space. Excuse me. Which will help out, because being in a 1-bedroom, 1-bath with anybody besides yourself gets kind of frustrating, especially times where you need to use the bathroom and they're in the bathroom or something of that nature. I have my own bathroom again. My daughter will have her own bathroom. No more waiting in line for the bathroom. Excuse me. And I'll actually have a door that I can shut and be like, I just want some privacy, leave me alone. So, shut the door. I'm just playing, but I'm serious. All parents, all adults should have some privacy in their living quarters, somewhere they can just go shut the door and block out the world. Like, I don't feel like hearing it right now, guys. Just gonna shut the door. Big Nate is in the building. One smoke away. Green Thumper. Chef Light 420. What up, man? Excuse me. I wish I could hit up Grokowski and see how much more money he needs to raise for his little girl, because I've been inspired in the past by others throughout this cannabis community, and I think it's amazing that 2-3 days ago, a fellow cannabis community member was, I don't want to say brave. Well, he was brave. I mean, it takes a it takes a humble person to put out there in the world that, hey, I need help, regardless if it is what the cause is in general. Like, Grokowski humbled himself. He put his he put a piece of his life out there for you guys to understand where he's coming from, pretty much. And he didn't have to say, well, hey, look, this is what's going on in my life, and I could use some help, but I'm not really asking for it, you know. I mean, that was something that could have burdened him. Medical bills are very stressful. Medical bills can get high real quick, real fast. And sometimes it puts a test on relationships in general, you know. But I believe Grokowski and his old lady have the strength to persevere through this. And yeah, I'm just so happy with the community in general, how we learn, well, not how we learn, but how we come together when somebody is in need, period. You know what I mean? So I do want to thank everybody again, anybody that has donated or helped donate, whether you donated a good or a service for the cause, or whether you actually donated by you know, purchasing one of the goods or the services through the auction. I think everybody is amazing for that. What up, Mr. J Rock? Blazing with Biggs is in the building. Chef Life. Miss Green, buddy. What y'all smoking on in the chat room? I don't think anybody told me what they were smoking today. I'm in the middle of eating. I'm not really hungry, but I need to eat anyway, so. Ironically, I have not lost any weight. Well, I take that back. I lost like 0.4 pounds. I'm usually like 150 year round, except for the holidays, because then I put on a little bit of weight. But yeah, today I was 149.4, I think, or 0.6. So I'm right under 150 still. That's good to know. I'm getting older and I'm not losing any weight, but I did shrink 1 inch, ironically. I don't know how that happened. Maybe I need to go get my teeter hang-ups and hang upside down for a little while. Let my vertebrae stretch back out so I can be the tall 6'2" guy that I used to be back in the day. I don't know how in the world I'm shrinking. 6'1"? I wish I could turn around and be like, lady, are you sure you're looking at the right number? I'm 6'2", I promise. I promise. Okay, I gotta put my stilettos on. Birthday cake. What about, oh, that's what you're smoking? Birthday cake. Grape Kush, one smoke says. That's what I'm told. I know, right? Is there any really a way that can you ever really say that you're smoking what you're smoking? Even when you grew it, sometimes you don't necessarily know where that seed came from. You don't necessarily know where that clone came from. So, I don't know. It's crazy. Maybe one of these days when the scientists map out all the cannabis, whatever, genomes or phenomes or whatever you want to call it, and then we'll be able to figure out what we're smoking on. Because throughout history, scientists have studied all types of stuff. There's not too many trees out there, like actual trees that I can imagine you can go out there and just take a piece of bark out of, or a leaf, and take it back to the scientists, and the scientists don't know what it is. For the most part, they've been allowed to study any and everything else on this planet, so they have some type of record what plants or what herbs and spices and whatever else. But when it comes to cannabis, being that we haven't been able to really study it for the last 8 decades, you know, it's hard for the scientists. And what's funny is, like, within the last 8 decades, our technology has got to the point where it's in prime season right now for the scientists and the doctors and the botanists to start studying cannabis a little bit more closely. So I can't wait till that happens. I'm crossing my fingers. My phone keeps going off over here. I don't know what's going on. What's up with the Streamlabs? Streamlabs. No recent subscribers. My Streamlabs is acting crazy. Maybe it'll fix itself. Maybe it won't. Anyways. Nate Germ, Giant Skies, Joshua Dale, Giant Skies again. Mr. Greenbody just subbed, homie. Yes, if you guys are in the chat room, what up, Hagerstown? I see you. If you're in the chat room, make sure that you mix and mingle with the folks that are in here. because we're all cannabis consumers in some type of way, form, or fashion. Some of us produce, some of us consume, some of us create, some of us educate. But at the end of the day, we all are part of the cannabis community. So you guys, don't be afraid to say hi to each other in the chat room. Nobody in here is going to bite. Not unless you ask them to. But if you ask them to, let them know how hard you want to be bitten, because, you know, you might just want a little nibble and somebody take a chunk out your butt. Arrgh. Oh my gosh. My steak and cheese footlong from Subway with the spinach and the tomatoes and the pepperoncinis and the pickles. And I forgot to tell them olives, but oh my gosh, it's amazing. Salt, pepper, vinegar, and oil, a little bit of ranch, cut it in half, Swiss cheese on one side, provolone on the other. It's amazing. It's amazing. Blue eyes. What up, what up, what up? Oh, snaps. Ugh. I'm so glad my doctor, or my acting doctor, should I say, I don't have an official doctor. I'm trying to find a general physician for myself and my family. My daughter already has a pediatric doctor, but I would like to get a physician or a family doctor, whatever they call them, general practitioners. I don't know what they're called, but I'm on the search for a doctor. You know, your insurance company gives you this big old book of names, and they're like, here, pick one. I'm like, wait a minute. This book's got like 300 pages in it, and there's doctors and dentists and this and that on every other page. Like, God, how am I supposed to figure out? I'm just supposed to go by a name, close my eyes, and pick. You're going to be my doctor. It's crazy. It's crazy, it's crazy, it's crazy. But now that I have insurance, I need a family doctor. Any suggestions, guys? Pediatrician, man. No, my daughter has a pediatrician. And my daughter has a dentist. I think I'm going to go to my daughter's dentist. I'm going to start using my daughter's dentist as my dentist as well. Because sooner than later, I need to get my teeth fixed. I've been walking around this planet with a hole in the front of my mouth for way too long. And as much as I tried to, I think I fooled myself for a long time. For a very, 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 very long time. You know, I've always had the mentality if somebody doesn't like me because I don't have a front tooth, then fuck them. But at the same time, I am a big stickler on what do they call it? Appearances. First impressions. First impressions mean a lot to not only myself. I mean, they mean a lot to a lot of people out there, but it's almost like I've been living in I don't want to say fantasy world, but while on one hand, you know, I have that mentality that if somebody doesn't like me because of my appearance, then forget about them. At the same time, on the other hand, it's like, well, you need to keep up with yourself regardless. So, yes, I need to get my teeth fixed sooner than later. Hopefully sooner. Because once upon a time, and I mean I still do, I feel like I have a beautiful smile, but my smile was just glorious at once upon a time. It was bright enough to shine and light up the whole neighborhood. Just cheese. But there's a part of me way, 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 way deep inside, and it's about that little. But there's still a part of me that eats away at me every time I smile. It's like, it's not the smile that I'm used to. I mean, I'm used to it now because I've been without a tooth for so long. But it's not the smile that I would love to introduce myself with to other people in the world. So, yes, I'm trying to make sure as I'm getting older that my health is in order, both on the inside and on the outside. So, that's something I gotta work on. I gotta work on it. I do have to work on it. I mean, it's funny because even in like at work, like sometimes I feel like I haven't advanced at work because of my appearance. And it's not only just my tooth, but like the style of clothes that I wear for the most part. Like I'm more of a, I don't know, I'm an 80s kid. I grew up in the 80s. Like, you know, I'm part of the hip hop generation. So my style of clothes is kind of, you know, I'm not like flashy, look at me hip hop, but I'm kind of, you know, hey, I'm here type of hip hop, to where I think a lot of people's initial reactions to me are, oh, look at this thug dude, or, you know, he's a gangster. I'm not a gangster. I'm a grown man trapped in a gangster's body. I'm just playing. But yes, first impressions are very, very important in life. And although they shouldn't be, because it should be, you should get to know somebody, their inside, their heart, their morals, their view on life in general, before you just put somebody in a box. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. My style of clothing should help me, in my opinion. It does and it doesn't. I mean, I'm in a union. I'm a Teamster. I work in the union. And anybody that knows about unions in general, the unions were created not too long after slavery ended, because you had a lot of African Americans that were skilled, what we considered skilled laborers nowadays, because for the longest, you know, if you got the slaves doing everything, you don't have to do anything yourself, so you don't really have to be good at too much anything. Not to say that people that owned slaves weren't good at anything in particular, but when slavery ended, you had all these skilled African Americans, or skilled slaves, whatever you want to call them at the time. They were skilled workers, you know, and as jobs were starting to get created, because now you have more businesses compared to plantations, as jobs were starting to be created, the labor force was really within the African Americans. The skilled labor force was within the African Americans, and this was causing a lot of people of the Caucasian race to miss out on jobs that they would have got otherwise, you know. So a lot of these people got together and they started creating unions, and those unions would make contracts with companies stating that, hey, we're going to come work for you, we're going to bring in our own workforce under this contract, but you got to hire our labor. And then in the end, what those unions were doing pretty much was, the unions primarily consisted of friends and family in the beginning. Pretty much, you know, if I was a union member and my son, you know, when my son came to age to get a job, he was a union member. It was kind of like all in the family, friends and family. So as you look at unions across the board to this day, they're predominantly ran by like friends and family. It's hard to get in. I'm not gonna say it's hard to get in the union. It's easy to get in the union, but to get anywhere within that union, it's almost like you got to be friends or family, or married into the friends or family or something of that nature. So long story short, I don't even know how I got sidetracked over there, or what I started talking about in general. But oh yes, I was talking about advancement within the job place. A lot of times we are our own worst enemy, and as much as I hate to say it, I think, especially on job sites, your appearance has a lot to do with your advancement in the job place. You're not going to be on Wall Street and walk in there in Levi's and a white t-shirt like you just got off the corner and expect to have a job. Now, as ironic as it is, my jeans and my t-shirt isn't doing the job at work. My body is. My mind, my soul, my brain, my education. That's what's getting that job done. So regardless if I come to school half naked or half dressed or all the way dressed or whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, as long as the job gets done, it shouldn't really be that much of an issue. But at the same time, you know, there should be some type of like base or starting point. I mean, you don't want people coming to work dirty and stanky and all that other stuff. So they do have, excuse me, they do have certain, I guess, limitations or whatever that they put in place. Certain laws, rules, or regulations to work at certain spots. Excuse me. But sometimes I feel like as if, you know, I don't cut my hair a lot either because I'm balding. And like, I'm not going to go pay I'm not going to pay the barber $20, $30 to cut off the hair that's already leaving my head anyways. Like, I could shave at home, but I don't shave as often. I don't shave myself as often as somebody who was getting a haircut would go to the barber. Like, I know guys that go to the barber sometimes twice a week, but at least once a week, every week throughout the month. Like, to me, if I had a full head of hair and I needed to go get that done, and I'd go get that done, I'd go spend that 80 to 100 plus every month on my hair. But being that I don't have any hair, I'd rather spend that 80 to 100 plus on one of my children or something that goes around the house. You know what I mean? That's why you guys see me in a lot of hats. If you don't see my hat on, I'm bald. I mean, it's because I'm balding in general. But I've stated once before, that's your appearance is not something that you can help. You need to be happy with the body that you're in, because nobody was in their mom stating with a checkboard like, what ethnicity would you like to be? Well, I would like to be African American. What hair color would you like? Oh, I would like to be blonde. Then I would like green eyes. I want to be a blonde-haired, green-eyed African American. I would like to weigh 250 pounds, solid muscle. And I want to be 6'2". Not 6'1", but 6'2", baby. Make me like this, mom, and spit me out to the world. Like, that's not what happened inside our parents' womb. I mean, our mom's womb, not parents, because dad don't really have a womb. But inside our mother's womb, we weren't sitting there with a checklist of all the stuff that we wanted to be when we came out into this world. So, being that I can't help my appearance, you got to be happy with it. You got to learn to love yourself. So if you don't love yourself, you need to learn how to. If you don't love yourself, I love you. So that's a start. As long as somebody loves you, you can be lovable. But you need to learn how to love yourself, first and foremost. And by me starting to love myself a lot more, I just came up to the conclusion that yes, I need to start taking better care of myself. I want to be around for my grandkids. I hope I don't have any anytime soon. Oh my gosh, no grandkids for the next at least 10 years. No grandkids, please. I don't want to be a 40-year-old grandpa. I want to be a 50-year-old grandpa. No kids for 10 years. No grandkids. Anyways, if it happens, it happens. You just got to deal with it. I just cut my hair myself. I'm going bald as well. I refuse to pay a barber. I mean, coming up as a kid, my dad was a barber. He worked at Supercuts. He worked at, you know, little barbershops here and there in the neighborhood and whatnot. Like, he went to school, trained to do all that stuff. My dad was our barber for the longest. Like, I don't know, from little school to like middle school, maybe junior high. And then when I was growing up, like in the 90s and whatnot, everybody had long hair and braids or whatever. The dreadlock thing wasn't really popular like it is nowadays. But, you know, people had long hair, curls, perms, got their hair braided, whatever. But I used to have an afro. And when I started growing my hair out, I was only getting it trimmed here and there, shaped up every once in a while. But between me getting my hair braided all the time and the hats that I wore and everything else, I think a little bit's got to do with my genes as well. Like, I started balding. And it is what it is. But I am not my hair. I'm not my teeth. I'm not my weight. I'm not my skin color. I am what's inside of me. I'm the voice that's talking to you guys right now. And this voice has no color. As I speak, you don't see black, you don't see white, you don't see tall, you don't see short, you don't see fat. You hear who I am in general. So I got silver patches of hair. Yeah. Well, I'm balding. I do have silver, not patches. It's just more like here and there. Little pieces here and there scattered. I got that salt and pepper effect going on. But I think it's more like in my beard. I think I have more gray right here in my beard than I have on my head in general. And I think a lot of this is just from kids and stress. Stress of the world. This crazy world we was born into. My middle son is 29. He has a bald spot. He wears a hat to cover it, but he's got those genes as well. Yeah, it's a pain. You know, I've come to the conclusion that I was not inside my mom with a checklist of how or who I wanted to be coming out into this world. So you just gotta you gotta play the hand that was dealt the best way you know how. And that's what I'm doing, is I'm playing the hand that I was dealt the best way I know how. Video killed the radio store. I forgot who sings that song, but yep. Video killed. Is that how it goes? I thought it was the other way around. Radio killed the. Is it video killed the radio store? I don't know. I forget. But I know that song, bro. I know that song. I'm only 29. Been popping silver strains for years. Well, I mean, I don't really blame 100% of it on genetics. I think that genetics has a small part to play in that role. And that's with anything in your body. I mean, when you go to the doctor, they ask you, do you have any medical history? I mean, as far as your family, is anything genetic? You know, do you have a history of heart disease or high blood pressure or diabetes or whatever it is? They ask you all those questions for a reason, because some stuff does get passed down over generations and over generations and over generations. But I think a lot of it has to do as well, and especially in today's generation, is our diets. Excuse me. I think that I would like to think that I eat good, but I know at the same time, at the end of the day, excuse me, I could probably eat a lot more healthier. But due to the fact that everything that is cheap nowadays is pretty much bad for you, it's almost like if you're not rich, you're almost doomed for health issues, you know, because we don't eat the proper foods. We don't eat the proper meats and vegetables and fruits and herbs and spices. We are a nation addicted to sugar, and sugar is a drug. You know, people don't understand that. Yes, it is a spice or a seasoning or whatever you want to call it, but sugar is also considered a drug in general. And it's real easy to be a sugar addict in general. It's funny, I was speaking to my mom about this the other day, but she doesn't have diabetes or anything of that nature, but she does have her sugar spells. And it's almost like if she doesn't have, at least, you know, every day she's got to have so much sugar, as we all do, but she can feel the difference. Like if she doesn't get up and have some type of sugar in her body, she gets kind of droggy or cranky or whatever you want to call it. So sugar's not as good for us as I'm not going to say that it's not good for us at all. It might have some type of dietary supplement advantage in general, but on a daily basis and at the rate that we eat and or drink sugar via liquids, cokes, coffee, whatever, beer, everything's got sugar in it. Yeah, we're making ourselves unhealthy, you know. I don't know if you guys saw my IG post earlier, but I was sitting in front of Walgreens waiting on my prescription. My doctor prescribed me a nicotine patch because I smoke about a pack of cigarettes a day, which is 20 cigarettes on average. That's about a cigarette an hour, sometimes more. You know, I mean, minus your sleep habits and everything, it's almost probably like darn near 2 cigarettes an hour. And as much as I know it's bad for me, you know, it's more of just a mental thing, I guess, that I'm trying to kick. And I've tried everything except the patch, because I was kind of paranoid about the patch as far as the dosage goes. Medicine is kind of not generic, but you know, if you give one Tylenol to an infant and then get that same Tylenol to a 150-pound person and get that same Tylenol to a 300-pound person, that Tylenol is going to have different effects on all three of those people. A lot of it's got to do with the body mass or your size in general. Yeah, I always felt like the nicotine patches were made for like a general use, and I don't consider myself to be like a general person. I mean, I'm tall, I'm kind of slender on the side, you know, size wise, and most of America is. I don't know if there is such thing as an average American size, height, weight, whatever, but I just always felt like I would have like a overdose of nicotine or some type of issue, you know, occur with me using the patch. But my doctor finally talked me into it. You know, my daughter's been telling me for years, Daddy, stop smoking, Daddy, stop smoking. And I've had a couple girlfriends in the past that don't like the cigarette smoke. So maybe tobacco has caused me to lose, you know, or not maybe, but tobacco has caused me to lose relationships, emotional relationships. But I don't know, guys. I know I want to stop. Excuse me. And I've been craving a cigarette since I started this live. So I think I'm gonna light one up, and then I will use my patch afterwards. I'm gonna put the patch on afterwards. But I feel like Pookie. I gotta break down and smoke a cigarette right quick. But I do have patches. I did ask the doctor about my other questions, because I know it's probably stupid, but I asked, is it gonna hurt me if I smoke a cigarette with the patch on? And she looked at me like I was stupid, like, you idiot, you don't want to smoke with the patch on? Like, I don't, it's a question. It's not like I'm asking some, you know, I was told as a child that no question is a dumb question. So don't make it seem like I'm stupid because I don't know whether if I smoke with a patch on, if I'm going to die or not, lady. I'm not the physician or the pharmacy tech. Okay, I didn't go to school to figure out what's going to happen if I mix drug A with drug B. I didn't learn that stuff. So I'm asking you because you know, lady. I'm not going to get mad at her. Lord bless her soul. Anyways, I really want to stop. If you really want to stop, you gotta smoke for years and stop cold turkey. Bro, I want to stop, but it's like, cigarettes is my stress relief, man. When cannabis is nowhere to be found, or not necessarily when cannabis is nowhere to be found. When I can't smoke cannabis, I smoke cigarettes. You know, and usually I smoke more cigarettes at work, like on my breaks. And it's almost like a time thing. Like I get a break every 2 hours, and every 2 hours my body knows, oh, it's cigarette time. But like I said, I've tried. I've read books. I've used a Nicorette. I went the vape pen route to see if the oil and the vaporizing, let's vape some e-juice. I've went the vape pen route. Nothing has helped so far. But I did get some patches today, like I said. So we're going to try those out and see if this will help. Because if this doesn't help, I'm at a loss for words. I mean, the last two things that I haven't tried is the patch and hypnotism, and I really don't know how I feel about hypnotism in general. I don't want anybody, you know, I don't want to be walking down the street one day and somebody says a safe word and I just go bananas like pineapples, and I'll be like, what? What am I supposed to do? I forgot. It's crazy. No hypnotism, guys. No hypnotism. Willpower. My name is not Will, it's SparkzAlot, and I do not have Will's power. You can tell Will to bring me some of his power so I can have it, because it's just been one of them frustrating days. I mean, today's been a good day overall. I went this morning to have my checkup, but I did not get my blood and urine work done today because nobody told me on the phone that I had to fast. Nobody said, Mr.SparkzAlot, you can't eat or drink anything for 8 to 12 hours before you come here because you're going to get some blood work done. They didn't tell me. And being that I had a cup of coffee this morning with some creamer in it, I couldn't take my test. So I will go back tomorrow bright and early in the morning and continue to get the rest of my physical or my blood work and urine analysis, whatever, done. And then we got to sit around and wait on the results. I don't feel like anything is wrong with me. I don't have any symptoms of anything per se. I just know I'm getting up there in the world. I'm getting up there in age wise, and it's been a while since I've had a health check in general. So I figured I'd go get one, make sure everything. I feel everything is ticking right, but you know you kind of want to go and make sure. Get certified, baby. I want to make sure I don't have any type of STDs or STIs or whatever the hell they want to call them nowadays. I don't know. The last time I had to go get a health check, and it's funny because I think this is something that kind of kept me away from going to the doctor in the first place. But you fellas might know. If you ever had a STD check like during the 80s or the early 90s, then yeah. You might know the little swab. Oh my gosh, the test is just... it's ridiculous. It's painful. I feel for ladies in general, you know, when you go to your gynecologist and they be poking and prying and everything else. As a man, I don't feel like anything should go inside my body anywhere except right here in my nose. I want to breathe air that's inside my body. I want to eat and drink food and beverages inside my mouth. Nothing else needs to go in any other holes. Like, I don't need anything going in my ears and my eyeballs or any other... yeah, orifice of the body. I don't think anything needs to come out. If it's designed to make stuff, I mean, I don't think anything needs to go in. If it's designed to be an exit, it needs to remain an exit, period, point blank. But the test that I took as a younger kid, they literally take a swab and they put it on the inside of a man, and it just does not feel good at all. Oh my gosh, my knees almost gave way, and I like to fail in front of that nurse, but I low-key think she was trying to scare me. Like, oh, you're taking an STD test today, huh? Let me see. Oh my gosh. Wow. My heart's racing right now thinking about the test that I had done decades ago. It was ridiculous. But since then, science has came a far way, a long way, thank the Lord. But that was one of the first things I asked the nurse when I got in there. I was like, y'all not going to stick a swab inside Mr. Man today, are you? She's like, oh no, baby, we get blood and urine. That's all we need. I'm like, thank you, Jesus, because I don't... oh my gosh. Whew. Man, oh man. So yes, I can't wait to get this blood work done and this urine work done so I can get all my tests back. So hopefully I can verify what I feel like I already know. I feel healthy. I feel vibrant. Everything else, my blood pressure was good. My breathing was fine. The doctor does want me to stop smoking though, because he considers my 20 cigarettes a day or my pack a day cigarette habit to be a heavy cigarette habit. I know guys that smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day. That's heavy to me, but then again, I don't know. I don't know what light use of tobacco would be. Is that like 1 cigarette a day? Are the people that beg for cigarettes on the street all day, are those light use because they don't physically like buy a whole pack? They just get one when they can, like, here, let me get one, here, let me get one, here, let me get one. That might add up to like 5 or 10 throughout the day. Is that light use? And then people that smoke a whole pack of cigarettes? I don't know. But I have noticed since my daughter's not been here that my cigarette consumption has slightly increased. I noticed that now I almost smoke like 1 1/4 pack a day. But I think a lot of that has to do with me just sitting around the house. I don't have that my little shadow asking me something every 5-10 minutes, conversating with me, you know, doing whatever. So to rectify that situation, I have tried to keep myself a little bit more busy since she's been gone. Because this is what it's going to be like when I don't have no kids. Just tranquility and nothingness. I'm just playing. Not the nothingness. But yes, I'm so used to being daddy, being at home on kid watch, that I don't know what to do with myself when I don't have that responsibility, guys. I ain't been to the bar or a club, or not that I club or bar. Like, I've been to plenty of bars. I've been to plenty of clubs. I got that out of my system when I was younger. But now that I'm older with no kids, it's like, what am I going to do? I don't want to sit in the house for 12 hours. I can't do it. Or sit in the house all day. I need to find activities, extracurricular activities. And what do they call those things? Hobbies. I need to find stuff that will let me blossom. Excuse me. But the gym is where it's at. Yeah, the gym. Yeah. Excuse me. I don't see my I mean, I don't know. I know some dudes that are like die-hard gym heads. They're at the gym every day. They go to the gym before work, might go after work. Like, I don't want and or need that much energy. Like, are you serious? How do you work 8 hours after going to the gym for 2 hours and then going back to the gym afterwards? And plus you got to get back home and all that. How do you do all that, guy? It's crazy. I don't feel like I need any extra energy, and I really could care less if I put on any more weight. As long as I don't lose any weight. Like, I feel like I've been 6'2", 150 pounds since I was like 16, 17 years old. I'm 37 now. I'll be 38 next month. So, you know, for the most part, I feel like I have kept some type of, between my diet and my exercise, my working and everything else, I keep a steady figure. And I know a lot of it's got to do with my metabolism rate as well, but I don't know, like, I feel like if I were worked out, I would just turn into straight skin and bones. Straight skin and bones. And a lot of those guys are like eating every 2 hours too, which is something that I do not want to do. Like, I'm one of those dudes, I can't wait till they come out with that Jetsons pill or that Willy Wonka pill that you can take in the morning, and it's a whole breakfast in that pill. Just all the vitamins and amino acids and whatever, cholesterol, whatever it is that you need to maintain a healthy weight, a healthy body. If they could put it in a pill, I wouldn't eat breakfast. I wouldn't eat lunch. I wouldn't eat dinner. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. But I know food was put here for a reason. As much as I love food, like, I don't want to eat every 2 hours. I feel like that's a bit excessive. You know, I don't want to eat 4 small meals a day or 5 small meals a day. You know, I was raised in a society where they said, hey, 3 square meals a day, you should be okay. Well, that's fine, but at the same time, that's kind of where we are, or where we were at in society at the time. Here we are years later, and some nutritionalists will tell you that, oh no, you should have 4 small meals a day or 5 small meals a day. Or, look, I eat when I'm hungry. If I wake up, there's times where I'll get up and I might not be hungry until when everybody else is eating dinner. I'll eat then, and then while everybody else is sleeping at night, I'm eating again. But it's not like it's not on the average, like, breakfast, lunch, and dinner per se schedule. You know what I mean? I eat when I need to. I eat to live. I don't live to eat. And yes, I can't wait till one of you brainiacs out there invent that pill, that meal pill. Oh, I taste the dressing on the gravy right now. Is that a bit of basil that I taste? Do I taste basil? Do I take basil? This food has done me in, and I'm off to eat. All right, Growlicious, man. I'll be 30 in 14 days. Sparks. Try painting, carving, some kind of art. Bro, I have no artistic bone in my body. I have not drawn, and I don't know for, my gosh. I think the last time I actually sat down and drew was in like middle school, might have been junior high school, but I drew a picture of Adam and Eve for a like a art contest or something of that nature. And I did not place, which kind of frustrated me because the artwork that did win was crappy as hell to me. I was like, that's what's won. Like, I was going to a private school at the time, and I did draw. I draw Adam and Eve like they were naked. Like you saw Eve from the back side and you saw Adam from the front side. But I mean, it was Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. Like they didn't need clothes per se. Like at the age that I was at, the vision that I had in my head for Adam and Eve were these half-naked people running around through a garden, and that's what I drew. But yeah, I'm not the most artistically inclined person in the world. I appreciate the suggestion or the advice. Um, as much as I don't like food, my passion is food. Like I love food. I love to cook. I love to feed people. Um, but my tobacco habit is kind of I think sometimes my tobacco habit has impeded my progress or my forward movement in the culinary world in general. Because when you smoke cigarettes, you fuck up your taste palate. Like your whole taste buds, everything's off. A cigarette smoke could do that to you. So like I don't necessarily taste stuff the same way somebody that does not smoke will taste something. And you know, that can almost be a no-no in the culinary world because if you taste something some way, but then you give it to somebody and you're expecting them to kind of taste it the same way, um, but your taste buds are off because you know, you're smoking on a daily basis, it impedes your taste buds, your whole experience of food in general. So yeah, but cannabis and food are my passions, my whatever, and electronics, and I don't know. I've been thinking about trying to teach myself code here lately, or trying to learn code because technology is the future. And if you don't know some type of technology, something, a base code or whatever, just using the internet in the future is not going to necessarily, I mean, it's not going to have you any better off or worse off than the next man. But if you know how to write some of these programs um, for different things in general, I think it'd be a good thing. So I'm concentrating right now on growing not only cannabis. When I move, I would like to get excuse me, I would like to get a vegetable tent or a tent for vegetables that I can like put in my kitchen and get a grow light and everything in there so we can have vegetables growing inside our kitchen, inside a tent of course, but under some type of controlled atmosphere. But I'd like to start growing a lot of the fruits, and well, maybe not as much the fruits because a lot of those come off trees. And I can't grow a tree inside my house, I don't believe. Vegetables, on the other hand, herbs and spices, I think I can conquer that. I think I can handle that. So we're going to be doing that as soon as I move. I'm going to get another tent to start growing. I'm going to bring the outdoor garden inside pretty much. So my daughter will be able to learn how to garden as well because that's something that we don't really teach our kids no more. You know, these kids know how to order a number 5 off of McDonald's Happy Meal, but they don't know what a fucking potato looks like coming out of the dirt. They don't know how to butcher a cow to get the hamburger meat if that's what we're eating when we go to McDonald's in the first place. Like, these kids, they know everything and know nothing at all. You know, it's like we stop teaching our kids the basics and we just put them in a whole bunch of information like, here goes all this information. You do with it as you want. Do with it what you please. And it's good that the information is there, but with no direction, I mean, it's like, why even have the information there in the first place? You know, the library has always been a center for knowledge in general, but with today's day and age, you know, less and less people are using libraries. Everybody's asking Google something. And it's like we ask Google for something and we get that immediate answer and it's forgot about within the next day for the most part because we're not studying that information is being taught to you like that. You're just given an answer. You're not told how to get to that answer. You're just given an answer. So I think we're starting to raise a generation of, I don't want to use the word dummies, but just people that aren't as advanced as they should be in general. So I think we need to get back to the basics. I think we need to teach our kids how to build homes. Not just our men, but our ladies as well. We need to teach our young men and women how to, you know, nutrition needs to be a main subject of study in school, because America's one of the most obese countries in the world, and but at the same time we're one of the most technologically and medically advanced countries in the world, but you got all these obese people. Something's not right. Why do I go to the health department? Why do I go to the drugstore to pick up nicotine patches? And literally while I'm at the register to check out for my nicotine patches, you guys sell cigarettes. I guess that's the best business model in the world. Sell the problem along with the solution. I'm going to sell you the problem, which is nicotine or tobacco or alcohol for that matter. But at the same time, when you get sick, I'm going to sell you the solution. That sounds like a wonderful marketing scheme if I've never heard one in my whole entire life. Here, you want cigarettes? Kill yourself. Oh, them cigarettes is killing you that I'm selling you? Here goes a patch. Here goes some medicine to fix that up. Well, if you really didn't want me to get sick in the first place, don't you think you just stop selling me what it is that gets me sick in the first place? I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Want Spark to visit my girls. He's so busy. No. What you mean you want me to visit your girls? You ain't got in touch with me? Have you got in touch with me? If you did, bro, I'm sorry, man. I got time today. I'm off today. It's 5 o'clock, so you have 7 hours until midnight left into this day. No. If you're in Vegas and you want me to come see you, then hit me up, bro. You got Hangouts, Instagram. You can email me. And we can chop it up. It's not a big thing, bro. First hits are free. Lines, meth hits. Oh my gosh. Nope, cigarettes aren't illegal because big tobacco has too much money to throw at the politicians that are currently in office to keep them legal. You know, these tobacco producers and tobacco retailers, I think they honestly think that just by putting a label on there, hey, this might cause health problems, that's supposed to stop us from doing stuff. I mean, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like, you don't want to protect the whole world from everything. Like, we don't want to nerf the world. You know, people, you have to be able to make decisions for yourself and choose what's right and wrong for you and the whole nine. But, you know, you can kind of roll this in with the gun discussion. Like, guns don't kill people. People pull the trigger and kill other people with those guns. So it's not like a gun can't walk off the shelf and shoot somebody. Just like a cigarette in its natural form, like if you make a cigarette and just sit it somewhere, it's not gonna kill anybody. Somebody's actually got to pick that cigarette up and use it. They got to consume it. Just like with the gun, you put a gun down somewhere, it's just not gonna go off by itself. You know, somebody's got to pick it up and use it in order for it to cause that harm or to have that effect. You know, same thing with tobacco and cigarettes. Like, the cigarette didn't kill me. It was me smoking the cigarette that's killing me, you know. But if you are in a society, especially the government in general, the government's supposed to protect its people, you know, from domestic threats and foreign threats. which means, you know, these domestic tobacco growers over here that are making these cigarettes killing us, is that not a threat that our government should be protecting us from? I mean, they protect us from quote-unquote cocaine and crack and all this other shit. Why is not tobacco right up there with all them other things? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Main stakes, bruh. The spray, the chemicals on the cigarettes. I know. Cigarettes have all types of carcinogens in them. Carcinogens and pesticides and shit. As of recently, they put something on there to keep the cigarette from burning too quickly because, you know, over the years, too many people have fallen asleep with cigarettes and caused fires as accidents because of that lit cigarette. So now they put stuff, I don't know if it's in the tobacco itself or if it's in the paper, like they spray the paper with something, but nowadays, your cigarette, if left unattended, is supposed to go out on its own. It doesn't always happen because I've had plenty of cigarettes, even after they supposedly did whatever they did to them. You know, the cigarette still stays lit, which is a fire hazard in itself. But anything that you use that can spark a flame is a fire hazard. So, you know, yeah, if you smoke a cigarette, it is possible that you could burn something down if you leave that cigarette unattended. Just like if you spill hot coffee on your ass, you're going to get burnt. You can't sue nobody for that. You're supposed to know that hot is hot, and you don't want hot to be. Anyways, let me stop rambling. Tobacco is evil. Tobacco's evil. No, Sparks, his channel. Laughing out loud. Cannabis, cocaine, bro. Fly you out here. Cannabis and cocaine. That's not how you spell cocaine, no. It's. I'm just playing. Our government crooked as hell. What up, Scarecrow? No, but I'm playing, like, I don't know how many drugstores I've went into over the years, and it's ridiculous that you can go in there and buy the medicine that's going to help you fix all the problems of the rest of the shit that you're buying in there. Like, when I go to a pharmacy should have pharmaceuticals in there. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. It's funny when you go to the pharmacy. Where's the pharmacy in the drugstore? It's usually all the way in the back of the fucking store, in the back corner somewhere. Okay? What do they put in between that entrance and the stuff that's supposed to maintain your health? What do they put? All the shit that's gonna fuck up your health in between there. From the clothes, you know, that excuse me. Some clothing materials in general is not good for your skin and or your body. The food that they put in there, you know, all the other products that they sell at the drugstore / convenience store / health store / whatever. If I go to a drugstore, I just want my drugs so I can fix whatever's wrong with me and get on about my business. You shouldn't be able to sell cigarettes and nicotine patches under the same roof. It don't make no sense. It's counterintuitive, counterproductive. You know what I mean? You got a whole alcohol aisle. And I imagine there's some drugs in the pharmacy that might help you with alcoholism. I don't really know because I don't suffer from alcoholism. So, I really don't know how that goes. But I know you sell alcohol, which will fuck up my liver and kidney and everything else. But then you have the nerve to sell me the medication to fix the problem. How about you don't sell me the damn stuff in the first place that's going to mess me up? Stop selling me cigarettes. I won't need your patches. I won't need your pills or your hypnotic books and all this. I don't need it. It's crazy. But our government has been doing that for the longest. They make diseases that they give us, and then at the same time they're making vaccines. Well, shit, if I can get everybody sick and have them come in here and have to take this shot, I can make some money out there, right? Right. It's all about money in the end. Somebody said that in the chat room. It's all about money. It's all about money. And it is. It's ridiculous. You know, and it goes hand in hand with what we originated started talking about this morning. You know, Grokowski's daughter needs an operation. Okay, it's got something to do with the inside of her mouth where she has an abnormality. I don't want to say deformation because I don't feel like his baby girl is deformed. She's a very beautiful, you know, young child in the picture that was taken. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's anything wrong with her physically for the most part. But on the inside of her mouth, something's going on where she can't latch on properly to her mother's, you know, nipple for milk. And or when she gets, you know, a bottle feeding, she's just not latching on to the bottle properly. So she needs this surgery, which is, you know, she's alive and she's breathing and everything right now. So I guess the doctors consider this surgery to be cosmetic. So the insurance won't pay for it because it's cosmetic. To me, if I can't eat, that's not a cosmetic issue. That is a health issue that needs to be addressed ASAP. So, you know, it's not like I have these brown eyes and I want to get my brown eyes turned to green. So, you know, will insurance cover that? Fuck no, insurance won't cover that. That's cosmetic. Now, if I start to go blind in my eye, I need the insurance company to fix my eye so I don't go blind. Correct? If I'm born and something is wrong with my mouth to where I can't eat right, and if I'm not eating, then that's gonna have effect on my livelihood. That's gonna have an effect on my well-being, my health in general. So how in the hell is that cosmetic? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to me to think that there's a doctor out there right now that can perform this surgery, but he won't until he gets paid. I'm not going to do this surgery until I get $1,300 so I can go fill up my Lexus and my yacht and my G5, and I'm sending my kids to boarding school for the year. So I need to do a whole bunch of these operations at $1,300 a piece. Come on, man. We're in a society where nowadays, you know, most doctors, I don't want to say all, there are some doctors that become doctors for the money. Because they want to be rich and they don't have to worry about shit, supposedly. Newsflash, rich people have more problems than broke people do. They have way more problems than broke people do. If you think you're going to get rich and all your problems is going to go away, no, they fucking multiply because you got that many more reasons to have issues in general. You know, it might be funny, but I envy the homeless people sometimes. People that can sit around and not have to, they don't have to worry about bills. They don't have to worry about, you know, getting up and going to punch somebody's clock every day. They pretty much worry, they depend on the world and society in general to kind of help them move along. And I'm not going to say that they're not stressed out about anything, because I mean, if you're homeless, let's face it, you are probably stressing out about, well, I need to get a job, I need to get a house, I need to get this, I need to get that. But at the same time, like, you're not worried about, oh man, the rent's due on the 1st, the power's due on the 2nd, the cable's due on the 5th, you know, this is due on this day, car notes due, I gotta go shopping, I gotta make groceries, I gotta do this. Half those troubles are eliminated by not being the average, you know, just worker bee ant in society, you know. I mean, as much as I envy people that are homeless per se, I don't want to be that way at the same time. But I also know we were born into a world where this world is ours in general. Like, this land is my land, this land is your land, from California all the way to wherever, New Zealand or whatever. Yeah. I don't understand how people can buy property. I don't understand how the concept of money in general. I do, but I don't. I don't understand how a government or a private person in general has the right to sell something that wasn't his in the first place. If you're a homeowner right now, somebody sold you your home. Who gave that person that sold you your home the ability to sell that land? Or that house, for that matter? And who gave them the permission? And who gave them the permission? Like, if you go down the line of landowners and people that own stuff in general, like, do you really ever own anything? If you go buy a house right now, pay for it, out the door, blam, 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 you buy your land, blam, 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 you still owe. You owe taxes every year, okay? Every year, you got property tax every year. If you can't pay that property tax, our so-called government will come in and swoop what you thought you paid for already right out from up underneath your feet because you can't pay taxes. I don't understand that shit. What part of the game is that? Wait a minute. The house cost $1 million. I gave you $1 million. The land on it was $500,000. I gave you $500,000. So the land and the house was $1.5 million. I gave you that. And now here it is. Next year, you want me to give you some more shit for this? I thought I paid for it already. It's ridiculous. Same thing with food. I'm in Vegas where we have more buffet. We got buffets on every other freaking corner out here. But on every other corner at the same time, you got a homeless person. And every day that buffet's throwing enough food away to feed just about every homeless person in the city. How is that possible? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand how you can have bazillionaires and then just dirt fucking poor people. I don't understand why it costs money to be brought into this earth. It might not cost you money per se as you're being brought into this earth, but it costs your parents money. If your mom and dad go to the hospital to have you, you're going to have a bill out the yin-yang. Now, your mom and dad could be like old school and try to have the baby at home and not have to worry about all those extracurricular costs and whatnot, but at the same time, you don't have you do not have the courtesy or the, what's the word I'm looking for? You're not privy to have the medications and everything else that, you get when you go to the doctor or to the hospital. But we live in a society where it costs to be born. It costs to live and it costs to die. My question is, if dad's not nowhere to be found when mom is with child, and then mom has child and mom passes away giving birth to this child, who does that bill go to? Do you guys bill the child? Do you send the bill to the father who's nowhere to be found? I mean, or well, I don't want to say vice versa, because the dad couldn't have a baby and the mom not to be around. But, and then when somebody passes away from this earth, if you're an only child or you're your last whatever relative, your mom's gone, your dad's gone, you have no brothers and sisters, no aunties, no uncles, it's just you. When you pass away, who's going to pay your medical bills? Who's going to pay your burial fee and all that other stuff? Who is responsible for that payment of quote unquote debt that we incur, or that we I don't understand it. I don't understand it, guys. Just like Canadian, apparently like North Korea, more like Canada. Justin Dink, he legalized weed. What? He legalized weed here countrywide. Yahoo! Yes, I heard that cannabis is now legal, or it will be very shortly. But see, this is something that I don't know. I don't think we can talk about enough in general. When they legalized cannabis out here, a lot of people that were like, oh yes, vote to legalize, they stuck a lot of stuff in those bills that not everybody read. We read weed's going to be legal. Yeah, sign me up. Where'd I check off? But we didn't read all the fine print as far as like what growers can grow, who can grow, what you can grow, etc., etc. you know, at the start of the program, the taxes and all that stuff wasn't figured out, you know. So the people that are paying the recreational tax out here, I think recreational tax is almost at 20%. So at $100, if you spend $100, then your taxes is almost gonna be $20. I think it'd be close to like 18 bucks. To where a medical patient can go in there and get the same thing for I think 10% less tax. So a medical patient, I'm taxed at 8.025% if I'm not mistaken, and then the recreational patients are taxed at 18. 18.25. Medical is 0.825. Recreational is 18.25, if I'm not mistaken. But when I go in the dispensary, I'm buying the same cannabis that a recreational user is purchasing. So even with that aspect, like I don't understand how that is fair. Like even with the legalization, there's so many stipulations still put in place that it's not really necessarily legal. Like I can still go to jail for having quote unquote too much cannabis. Which is funny to me because I can go to the store right now and I swear I could buy the alcohol store out. Okay? If I had enough money right now, I can go to Smith's or I can go to Lee's Liquor or I can go to my mom and pop store on the corner that's got the Boone's Farm and the Irk and Jerk and all that, all that good shit, and I could buy all that shit and I could stock it up in my house and nobody would have a problem with it. But cannabis, this here flower, this here lovely plant that was created many moons ago, and since then has been semi-upgraded by humans, you know, playing with it through selective breeding and whatnot. If I have too much of this shit in my house, y'all gonna come get me. Cause, oh, I'm breaking the law. Oh, I'm growing plants. Go get him, guys. Go get him. He's growing plants. He's being Father Nature over there. Go get him. I can go buy the whole fucking shelf of aspirin. I can go buy the whole shelf of Preparation H or whatever else that, you know, some guy or I'm in the money. I can go buy that shit all day long with no issues. But cannabis, oh, sir, you're only allowed X amount of plants and you're only allowed X amount of weight and you can't do this with it and you can't do that with it and you can't. You know what? I can go to Walmart right now and buy all the aspirins and buy all the water and crunch up all the aspirins and put it in all the water and I can drink aspirin water all day long and there's nothing that the government can do to stop me. But if I try to make CBD water or THC infused water using the same processes, oh, they're going to try to stick your boy up underneath the jail. It's ridiculous. Somebody said my name in here and let me go back and see what it is. Now that I just was in the hospital for 16 days when I wrecked my motorcycle and that cost me $250,000 just for the hospital, bro. Yeah. Yeah, that's life. That's how much your life is worth to the hospital. $250,000 to keep you around, bro. I'm telling you, my daughter was in the hospital and, you know, I grew up in a mediocre family. My folks weren't rich, but we were far from rich and far from poor at the same time. Like, I knew people that were worse off and I knew people that were a whole lot more well off. But I didn't want for nothing as a kid. You know what I mean? I mean, like I said, at the same time, I wasn't at the doctor every time I turned around. We went to the dentist when we were supposed to, this and that. I've had insurance for the last, I don't know how many years. Like, since I've been a Teamster, I've pretty much had insurance. I make sure my kids are good. I make my daughter goes to the doctor, you know, she gets her every 6-month checkup or whatever. Same with the dentist. My son, same thing. I make sure my kids are straight, you know, make sure that they're healthy and everything else. So I can kind of get them in a rhythm of when they get older, you need to keep this up. Continue your checkups. Continue your this and that, you know. But, you know, so I've been in emergency rooms and I've had emergency room bills. I still have a few now for my daughter, you know, throughout the years that she's grown up and whatnot. And what's ridiculous, what's so crazy to me, I've been to the doctor without insurance, and I know that treatment that you get when you don't have insurance. They look at you like you're a piece of gum on the bottom of their fucking shoe, and you done fucked off. Oh, you ain't got no insurance? Here, fill out this paperwork right here. Anyways, my daughter was hospitalized last year for a weekend because she had an asthma attack. Now, growing up as a child with no insurance, I've had asthma attacks, and they will, you know, they make you sit in the lobby for 6 to 8 hours before they feel like coming to see you, and then they'll bring you in the room and let you sit in the room for another 2 to 4 hours waiting on the doctor to come in there and give your ass a shot in the ass, literally. Takes all of 5 seconds, and then he's gone. I've been at the doctor for 13 freaking hours, you know, and now I got $1,000 medical bill for a shot, you know, to regulate my breathing so I can calm myself down, calm my nerves, get my breathing right and everything else. Okay. Same type of medical condition, asthma. My daughter had an asthma attack years later. Now with my insurance, my 8-hour, you know, waiting room endeavor was cut in a quarter. I wasn't in the waiting room. I don't even think I was in the waiting room an hour. They saw my daughter. They saw my insurance card. They put her in the back room. Like, here you go. She doesn't have to be out in the waiting room with everybody else. Why not? I mean, shit. You gonna charge me for this room she's in? Long story short, my daughter's 3-day medical bill was $35,000 fucking dollars. 3 days. Insurance covered $34,000, and I had to pay $1,000 for this 3-day medical bill. Now my daughter was in a room for 3. She was in a room for 2 days, and she was in the emergency room overnight. So that's considered 3 days at 10 racks a night. A hospital room, a bed, TV, whole bunch of cords and shit. $10,000 a night. That's the most expensive hotel room in the world. Hospital. I think I'm in the wrong business. Maybe I should open up me a hospital. Anyways, yeah, $10,000. And had I not had insurance, that'd have been a... Who's supposed to be able to pay a $35,000 bill within a lifetime? Who's supposed to pay a quarter? I don't know how. How are you supposed to pay $250,000 in your lifetime, bro? It's almost not gonna happen, bro. If I had $250,000 bill of any type, what I would do is I would go buy me a $1 million insurance policy, and I would just keep that insurance policy up. So whenever I do pass, whatever remaining balance is on that bill, my kids won't have to worry about that. It'll get taken care of through that insurance claim, and go pay that shit that way. I think that would be the best way to even... I wouldn't even stress about that bill. I'd be like, I'm not gonna pay it. I'm just gonna keep doing... I mean, I would make payments on it, but I would not depend on it getting paid out of... I'm not gonna go out there and bust my ass to try to raise $250,000 because medical bills are so high. That's ridiculous, man. That is totally ridiculous. Ridiculous. Insurance and money racket 2. I want to try stem cell therapy for my knee with insurance. Rather pay for a surgery that costs 3 times as much rather than stem cell treatment. But yeah, hospitals aren't in the... They're not in the business of healing people, because if you heal everybody, you're not gonna have no business. It's just like any and every business out there in the world. There's no money in making shit last. Okay? From your cell phone to this computer desk to the computer chair that you're sitting in to the car that you drive back and forth to work every day to the shoes you put on your feet, clothing, everything. If durability was ever an issue or ever like a mainstay in business, then hemp wouldn't be illegal, because hemp is one of the most durable products that we have out there, agricultural wise or commodity wise. I don't know how many times stronger than cotton hemp is, but I know it's up there. I'm gonna put it to you like this. We're at the day and age to where we write everything on paper. Paper comes from trees. Trees takes forever in the yesteryear to grow, right? Right. Okay. So this paper that we're using nowadays doesn't last very long. Excuse me. It doesn't last very long as far as the wear and tear goes on it. You know what I mean? Like if you think back in history, our Constitution was written on hemp paper. It wasn't written on some 5-star Mead notebook paper, because if it was, we wouldn't be able to read it nowadays. Wouldn't be able to read it. How many of you guys have receipts in your pockets right now that you haven't had it for a day, day and a half, and you already can't read what's written on it? Or, you know, you can look at our paper nowadays, like not our paper, our dollars. Our dollars are made out of paper and some other material, and the average dollar doesn't last. You know, the lifespan of a paper dollar is not that long. That's why they keep making more, you know, newer bills and newer bills and newer bills. The older ones are fading away. If our money was on hemp paper, I think it would last. I know it would last a lot longer, you know. But when it was time to make hemp illegal and cannabis illegal, there were some key players and key companies that knew that their pockets were going to change drastically if we kept on going down the route that we was going. You know, that would have made us a lot more dependent on hemp in general. On average, it takes 1 year for a cotton crop to grow, and then you have to rotate other crops onto that land just to make the soil decent enough to grow another cotton crop, because the cotton depletes the soil so much. So in 1 year, if you had, say, 1 acre of land and you grew nothing but cotton on that acre the whole year, or for the whole little season, in 1 year you would come out with X amount of cotton. In that same year, you can grow 3 to 4 hemp crops on the same land and come out with a whole lot more product in the end, or your end product. You have a whole lot more usable hemp that you can use for all types of things. Hemp paper, hempcrete, hemp concrete, hemp whatever, all types of stuff. So at the end of the day, don't you think it's better for yourself to grow the hemp? Because keep in mind, after you grow that cotton for the season, you have to rotate other crops in there. Hemp, on the other hand, you can rotate, you can grow hemp a few times on land and not have to really rotate another crop into that land to fix your soil as often as you do with cotton. And the same thing is with paper in general. I don't know how long it takes a tree to mature to where it gets to the point and or size where you can cut it down and make it into paper or use it for other things, construction materials, etc. But I can imagine, say if it took 5 years for a plant to mature, a tree to mature big enough to where you can take and chop it down and use it for industrial purposes. In those same 5 years, with an average of 3 to 4 crops a year of hemp, you can get anywhere from 15 to 20 crops to work with in that same 5-year period that it would take for a tree to get 5 years big, 5 years strong. I mean, if you do the math, we're doing shit as a country, as a whole, as a society that makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense. We have the technology to run cars off of cannabis or hemp oil, yet we still use gasoline. We're using gasoline, which is a fossil fuel made from fossils that aren't here anymore. It's not like there's dinosaurs that are dying today that are going to give us fuel 100 years from now. The shit's not happening. So if we use up everything that we have here, what do you think's going to happen, guys? Excuse me. I don't want to make any predictions, but the shit don't look good. So I think the world needs to wake the fuck up, figure out what it is that we're going to do to make this place a better place for our kids and grandkids. Shoe Girl Heels. What's up? I hope that's a lady. I would imagine that's a lady with the name girl in your thing, but it could be a dude that sells heels. I don't know. Hola, Shoe Girl Heels. Appreciate you being here. Volunteer agriculture, aka True Patriot, put 3 to 5 years in there. I don't know if that's what he's talking about as far as the trees and whatnot. But yeah. True Patriot fuel is a myth. Fossil fuel is a myth. What do you mean fossil fuel is a myth? Are you telling me that oil doesn't come from dead dinosaurs and shit? Can we find a common denominator? Who is doing all this to us? I think we doing this to us in general. We doing it by not voting properly. And we're doing this by letting big business kind of control what's going on in our lives. You know, for every person out there that whines and bitches about Monsanto and all the shit that they do, you got 5, 10 people that's gonna go buy their products as we whining and bitching about it. So the only way you can fight business is with the dollar. We keep those businesses afloat by purchasing their products. If you discontinue using and or purchasing their products, you don't have to worry about that business no more. They lose money, they go out of business. It's not a force to be reckoned with anymore. But if you keep spending money with folks like Monsanto and big oil and big pharmaceutical, you know, with pharmaceutical, it's kind of hard because if you need a medication and there's no other cure out there known to man, then yeah, you're gonna want to take that medication. But I mean, it's almost at what cost? You know, I don't understand how medication is priced in general. How can I go buy aspirin at the dollar store, but at the same time I can go buy aspirin at this boutique, you know, drugstore over here and pay 20 times the amount? You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I understand the difference in quality. Okay, so you might have grade A aspirin, you know, lower shelf aspirin. I understand that. But if the end result is to help out mankind, okay, why would you want to put out a mediocre product? If the end result is to help mankind. I'm all woman and a new subby. Thank you so very much, Shoe Girl Heels. I'm sorry you didn't get a notification, or I didn't get a notification that you subscribed. I don't know what's going on with my Streamlabs here lately, but it's not showing me what I wanted to show me when I needed to show me. Hopefully when this thing refreshes, I will see your subscription. And if I don't, if you could do me such a good favor as to maybe unsubscribe and then subscribe again. Yeah, it's not putting my notifications up over here. I don't know what's going on, but thank you for the subscription, Shoe Girl. I highly appreciate it. Dang, I was lost. I don't know what it is that I was just saying. I got a little bit of sidetrack. Oil is an abiotic. Unions are great. Pays the little guys always. Quit depending on dollars and you have far fewer problems. I mean, that's easier said than done, True Patriot, man. I mean, as much as anybody would like to get off the system and get off the grid and get off the dependency of messing with this dollar, it's hard to do, especially when you're born into a society where that's all you know. From the day you were born until the day you die, all you hear about is money. Whether it's directly or indirectly through like forms of advertisement and whatnot, all you hear about is money. It's the rat race to nowhere. Excuse me. Hey, you need this big ass house because you just need it. And hey, you need this fast ass car because you just need it. And hey, you need this, you know, drink Coke, not Pepsi, and wear Levi's, not, you know, Evisus or whatever. Like, I understand business, I understand competition, but at the end of the day, I think our goal as society in general should be longevity of our race, of our kind, of our species in general. Stop trying to kill us. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like stuff that has no beneficial properties to us in general. Yeah, I understand alcohol has some type of medicinal properties. Hold on for a second, guys. What up, man? Woo. No, sitting up here doing the live ranting for the day. No, I'm just playing. What's up with you though? Yeah. Yeah, I'm straight. I woke up to some whatever shenanigans this morning. But I don't know. I'm just trying to sit back and yeah. I'll probably holler at you about it. Let me finish this live or whatnot, and I'll hit you up. Maybe I'll come through and smoke or come through this way or 1 or 2. Alright, I'll holler at you in a minute. What? Woo, excuse me. Oh my gosh. Thank the Lord for friends and partners, though, whether they female or or male. You know, if you ever feel like you're alone in life, you're not. If you ever need someone to talk to, if you don't have any immediate friends and or family and you know how to get in touch with me, call me, talk to me, text me, message me, email me, whatever. I'm not God. I don't have the answer to everything, but if I have the answer to it, I sure will help you out. That's a part of life in general. That's a part of being human. It's trying to make it to the next day and help out everybody you can at the same time, man. But, welcome, unsubscribe, resubscribe. Yeah, I don't know what's going on my Streamlabs. It works when it wants to. It works when it wants to. PayPal changed, email, blip, yep. Well, since it won't show me that Shoe Girl has subscribed, I'm gonna mark. Let me see if this will update. Is it gonna update? Growalicious. Did it say Growalicious? It didn't say anything. It just kind of took the thing away from over there. Yeah, I think I might just have to delete. I can't even delete my Streamlabs accounts because you can't delete them. I don't know what's going on with them.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want to work right. That is such a delayed reaction. It's ridiculous. It's a delayed reaction. Oh, yes, the womb. Well, me, Sir Jar Jar Binks. I don't know what's going on with my Streamlabs. I don't know why I didn't identify that you subscribed, Shoe Girl Hills. I'm sorry, it should have popped up. Maybe it'll do it later or the next time I go live. I don't know. Something's wrong with my Streamlabs, though. It's acting stupid. It's not acting stupid, but it is acting stupid. I know what's wrong with my Streamlabs, but I don't have any way of fixing it. See, what happened is when my original Mr.SparkzAlot YouTube channel got suspended, I created my 420 channel. Now, my 420 channel was not supposed to replicate and or copy. It wasn't supposed to be a backup channel per se for my Mr.SparkzAlot channel. It was going to be a different branch in general. Like, I put the 420. My original plan was to start a Mr.SparkzAlot 420 and start up another Mr.SparkzAlot 710. Now, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. I was going to use the Mr.SparkzAlot 420 email address and YouTube for all things flower. Like, anything that I do as far as flower, I can't think of the word right now. Flower reviews. If I was going to do a flower review or something of that nature, anything that has to do with cannabis flowers, I was going to put those videos and whatnot on the 420 channel. Anything that had to do with concentrates, oils, whatever, the whole 710 nation, I was going to put that on the 710 channel. And then the Mr.SparkzAlot channel, whenever I got it back, was just going to be more like just the everyday lifestyle of me, what the hell I do, and the whole nine. But I guess YouTube considers creating a different channel. It's against their guidelines, supposedly, or whatever. So some type of way, when my Streamlabs, when my YouTube got suspended, when I went to log into my Streamlabs, it would not let me log into Streamlabs because Streamlabs goes through YouTube when it opens. But being that my YouTube was suspended, it wouldn't, there was nowhere that it could open up to, so to speak. So when I used and or created my second channel, Mr.SparkzAlot 420, totally different email, brand new YouTube page, I linked that to Streamlabs. So I should have two Streamlabs accounts. I should have one that is Streamlabs / Mr.SparkzAlot, and then I should have another one that's Streamlabs / Mr.SparkzAlot 420. Some type of way my original Mr.SparkzAlot or Streamlabs / Mr.SparkzAlot is no more. Like when I log in under Streamlabs, under my original Mr.SparkzAlot page, it shows me information about my Mr.SparkzAlot 420. It pretty much shows me the same information that it's showing me when I sign in under Mr.SparkzAlot 420, which it shouldn't be, because it should be two separate accounts using two separate email addresses, two separate YouTube accounts. There shouldn't be a conflict of interest over here amongst my Streamlabs, but for some reason there is. And unfortunately, I don't know how to fix it. I've got in touch with their customer service, and you know, they tried to tell me, oh well, they said it might have been a payment issue. Like maybe I had whatever, maybe I had, as far as like my payout when I get tips or whatever on Streamlabs, whatever my payout site was. So I could have swore that I had my Mr.SparkzAlot going to my PayPal, and then I had Mr.SparkzAlot 420 going to a debit card or to a checking account and whatnot. So they shouldn't have been, at any time, they shouldn't have been able to merge. There should have been no information that could have allowed those two accounts to merge into one like they are now. But when I got in touch with tech support or whatever, customer service, that's what they told me, that it was possibly a payment portal that was, you know, maybe I put the same payment information in for both accounts, so it merged into one account pretty much. And then they also told me, well, you know, it's against YouTube's guidelines to start another account and blah blah blah. Wait a minute, I didn't make a duplicate account of my old account. I'm not cloning my account. I mean, I'm not putting up all the same old videos and everything else. This is a totally new account for the most part. So, you know, for you to sit up, you're not YouTube, but you sit up here and, oh, that's against YouTube's guideline. What are you, the YouTube police now, Streamlabs? I just want my account fixed so I can use your stuff properly. I mean, I understand it's a free software application or whatever, so it's going to have bugs in it from time to time, and I'm fine with that. But whatever it is that's giving me an issue, I wish you guys would resolve it so I could use the product as it was meant to be used. Grow your own food and weed. Hunt for meat. Not allowed. Costco bond too. Costco, buy it in bulk. No, I was, bro, if something, heaven forbid anything happened to the world in general, but if something was to happen to the world tomorrow, or there was a catastrophic event to where we could not get up and go hop in our cars and go to our grocery stores to get food, it'd be a major catastrophe in general, period. And like I said, nobody knows how to grow agriculture. I mean, not nobody. There's farmers out there, but the ratio of farmers to consumers, or the ratio to producers compared to consumers, is staggering. On top of the fact that, excuse me, if everybody in Las Vegas couldn't go to a grocery store within the next week, it'd be a lot of people pass away out here within the next following weeks of starvation. Because you got to think, it takes time to plant food. It takes time for that food to grow. It takes time for you to produce a harvest to where you can actually consume that food. You know, and then when you do consume that food and harvest that food, the cycle starts all over again. So if you don't have, you know, if you don't have a set of tomatoes that you started growing this month, and then a set for next month and a set for the month after that, you're not going to keep that perpetual harvesting up. You're not going to be able to eat like we were trained to eat 3 times a day now. You know, I think when the first humans were around, or even back, I don't even want to say the first humans. I don't know when in history we started recording that we need to eat 3 times a day, but I bet a whole lot of that had to do with people that produced food. Excuse me. Just like the apple a day keeps the doctor away slogan, apple a day don't keep the doctor away. That was a slogan made by the Apple Corporation, the Apple Union, so to speak. The people that grew apples back in the day, the farmers, the coalition of apple farmers, or whatever you want to call them, those people got with a excellent marketing group and came out with this slogan, the apple a day keeps the doctor away, and now we eat apples all the time. Same thing with milk. Milk does a body good. Why are we the only living organism or living thing on this earth that continues to drink milk after our infant stage, after our baby stage? You ever seen a grown ass bear drinking a gallon of milk? You ever seen a grown dog drink a gallon of milk? You ever seen a shark or a beaver or an ant just go drink a gallon of milk? You ever see a daddy horse go over and mess with the, you know, the mommy's little teats while the baby is milking it? No, it doesn't happen. So why do we continue to drink milk after a childhood? It's a marketing scheme. It's the Dairy Association. It's crazy, but we continue to do it because at the end of the day, it's all about business for one group of people, and everything else about, you know, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. It makes me just want to sail to an island and start my own civilization. The SparkzAlotians. If you guys would like to join my civilization, there will be a $420 minimum donation that covers your boat fare from the States to the island. Once you get there, we don't have any money, but you have to help out. You have to help keep mankind alive and prospering. We don't care about money. We don't care about race, creed, color, religion, none of that stuff. We just care about mankind and advancing on this beautiful planet that we have before we tear the damn planet up. What are we going to do when we tear up Earth, guys? Is that why they're exploring space as we speak, so they can find some suitable planet for all those rich people to get off of Earth when the shit hits the fan? Maybe I've seen too many sci-fi movies, but yeah, they're in space for something. And it's not just to see if we're the only ones here. I think a lot of the people in government know that this planet's not going to last forever, so they're out there trying to find somewhere else to inhabit. But do you honestly think that motherfuckers is just going to make spaceships upon spaceships upon spaceships and transfer everybody from this planet to the next planet so we can do the same thing over again? Fuck no, they're not going to do that. They're going to take all those that have that Elon Musk $10,000, $20,000 space flight ticket money sitting around in our savings or checkings accounts. They're going to take those people to go and repopulate these new whatever planets or atmospheres, whatever you want to call them, while the poor people are left here to fend for themselves and scrounge and eventually pass away. I see it. I feel like a fortune teller. Excuse me. But I hope it never gets to that. I hope society in general, just we learn how to get along and buck up and, you know, get back to natural life, man. A life of too many decisions is a very stressful one. I want to go back in time to where if I want something to drink, don't get me wrong, I love having selection. I love being able to walk into a 7-Eleven and have the choice to drink a strawberry drink or a grape drink or some milk or some water or some coffee or some beer if I choose to. It's kind of ironic. I mean, I don't really drink beer, but I mean, the shit is there and the selection is there. But if you had to go into the store and all they sold was water, you're not going to spend 5 minutes on the water aisle trying to figure out what kind of water you want to drink, because it's all water. It all comes from the same sources for the most part. Some of it might be filtered in different ways, but it's all water. Same thing with Coke. If it was just one brand Coke, you went in there, you're like, dude, I want a Coke. You went in there, got a Coke. Nowadays, yes, I want a Coke, but do I want a cherry Coke? Do I want a raspberry Coke? Do I want a vanilla Coke? Do I want a peach Coke? Do I want a peach strawberry Coke? Do I want a Pepsi? Do I want the... You spend an hour in the store. That's an hour in the store that you could have spent on advancing yourself, your lifestyle in general. And it's not by picking out what kind of soda you want, or what kind of jeans you're going to wear today, or what color socks. Or am I going to wear Tuesday's underwear today even though it's Wednesday? Or am I going to wear this bikini or these briefs? There's so much selection that we're spending too much time distracted by unnecessary stuff on this world, to the point to where we're not getting anything done. Every year we're scrambling up money to buy a new iPhone. Oh, I got to have a new one. Why? Does your old one work? But you got to have the new one, huh? You know. And then people started getting hip to that shit, like, oh, well, this phone's not broke. Why would I get a new one? So what do they start doing? The companies are like, no, we need these people to buy the new phone. So we're going to start putting updates on shit. And once you get to a certain time, your phone just won't update no more. Or we won't send out updates. So your phone will start acting weird on the new service and the new this and the new that. Are you serious? It's a constant battle for money. A constant battle for money. Bazego, what up? Starscream in the building. Excuse me. I think I need to smoke because I've talked a lot of, a whole bunch of everything. Shout out to the 14 people watching still in the chat room right now. I appreciate that. It says my stream health is very, very, very good right now. I'm going to do a shout out. I like to give a shout out to Barefoot Stoner Chick 420 in the chat room, chopping it up. Bazego Innovations, 4Dub Mob, Mr. Greenbody, Starscream, and The No-No. Says we got 14 people watching, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people typing. So that's around 8, right? 7 or 8 people that are just kind of in the background listening. I appreciate you guys listening. But don't forget to say hi to folks when you come in here. Hey, Small Tubes, I see you in the chat room. Came up. I done came up. Yeah, it's time to smoke. So I think I'm gonna smoke a bowl. I just need to figure out what I'm gonna smoke. Am I still watching Liquid Science? Not at the moment, but you can keep playing in the background. Oi, yeah. If you guys got Netflix, if you haven't seen it already, there's like a documentary series called Liquid Science. It is narrated by the homie Jizza from Wu-Tang Clan. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to wet. Yes, Jizza from the Wu-Tang Clan has put together this documentary on all things modern, like technology, healthcare, stuff of that nature. So if you haven't checked that out, go check that out, man. Excuse me. I'm about halfway watching the series. I think they're like 20-minute long little docu-series or whatever. Some nice information in there if you don't have anything else to do. Diversify your bonds, son. I'm gonna use the little boys' room right quick. I'll be right back. You guys don't forget to say hi to each other in the chat room. Speak amongst yourselves. When I come back, I'm gonna puff some of this cheese right quick. Some of this cheese. Cheese. Like I do. No, 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 no. Nobody can swing it like I do. Nobody can. Okay, guys. It's crazy. I've been on here for almost 2 hours. I've been on here for 2 hours, and we haven't smoked a cigarette yet. Which is ironic, because usually around that 2-hour mark, if I was at work, I'd be taking a break right now, and I'd be going to smoke a cigarette. And I actually grabbed one while I was in the bathroom, but when I got back over here, I'm like, I don't need that cigarette, even though I do want it. I'm nicking bad right now. I'm nicking. It's like fiending. I'm fiending for the cigarettes. Anyways, we're finna smoke some of this cheese. This here cannabis was grown in Pahrump, Nevada. Pahrump, over the hump in Pahrump. They call themselves the Garden of Weedin. I don't know. I don't know if you're supposed to pause in between that or if you're just supposed to read that like it's one word with no fucking space in between it. But it's the Garden of Weedin. They have this cheese. It's not a they had another cheese there as well. A cheese. Oh, what was the other one? It's funny, they had this cheese and then they had another one. This cheese was 35 and eighth and the other cheese was 55 and eighth. And I told the bartender chick that I wanted this one and she's like, no, you want the other one. And I'm like, no, I want this one. I'm not gonna spend $55 on an eighth. Is y'all motherfuckers crazy? $55 on an eighth? $55 on 3.5 grams. Do you know how much per gram that is? That's a lot of grammage. That's crazy. That's almost a dub for the dub in the store, and y'all grow this outside professionally? Come on, man. Cheers, guys. Do you think it's pure or mixed with chemicals? Medical marijuana. It's funny. Right now in Vegas, medical patients and recreational patients get the same flower. The same the same items in general. Like the flowers that they sell medical patients are the same flowers that they sell recreational people in general. And to be honest with you, the only reason, I mean, I do have insomnia issues, and I do have issues with like lower back pain as far as the muscles. Not necessarily like I don't have like bone back pain per se. It's more muscles, like it informs the spasms and just sore muscles here and there. Excuse me. With this problem being, I mean, it'll get fixed with cannabis in general. The only difference between medical and recreational, as far as my knowledge goes out here in the dispensaries is the tax price. You're getting the same flower, you're getting the same concentrate, you're getting the same RSO, all that stuff is the same. Now, depending on what state you live in, like some places might allow the flower, but they don't allow the concentrate. So you could have flower and you could buy it, but you couldn't take it home and make your own concentrate because it'd be considered against the law. And they won't sell concentrate to you in the dispensaries or whatever. So I don't know. I just think in general the plant needs to be decriminalized, and then it needs to be legalized to the point where any and everyone who is of age should be able to grow this plant like any other plant on the world. Now, as far as the chemicals and whatnot, everything's supposed to be tested that you purchase from the dispensaries. That is a part of their legalities as far as holding their licenses and whatnot. Everything's supposed to be tested. Now, the way they test it sometimes could be called into question, and who they get it tested from. You know, most places only have a certain number of testing facilities to get your cannabis products tested. And what I found out is a lot of these dispensaries will go where they're going to get the most praise, per se. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, say we're in high school right now, and you got two groups of friends, right? One of the groups of friends that you hang out with just think you're like a demigod. You're just the coolest person in the world and all this other stuff. And then the other crowd of people that you hang out with just think you're the average, mediocre guy. Personally, which crowd are you going to want to hang out with on a more frequent occasion? Are you going to want to hang out with the people that think you're just God's gift to this green planet? Or are you going to want to hang out with the people that's like, he alright. I mean, I don't mind whether he's here or not. It makes me none. You're going to kind of want, for the most part, the average person's like, dude, I want to be around the people that think I'm the shit. You know, it's just human nature to want to be around people that love you and care about you and that think the world of you. So, you could use that same analogy when it comes down to this testing of the cannabis. There could be, I think there's 4 different testing facilities in Las Vegas right now. I could be wrong, don't quote me on the numbers, but those 4 facilities, 3 or 4 facilities, at the moment, I think there's like 20, if not more, dispensaries out here. If I chop down a plant, say my double OG guapberries, for instance, or my tacos, 1 or 2. If I chop down that plant and I take that plant to testing site A, testing site B, testing site 3, and testing site 4. Yeah, I know I switched up the letter in the alphabet, but just bear with me. Site 1, 2, site A and B, or C and D, whatever, doesn't matter. Say I harvest, just for shits and giggles, I harvest 10 pounds, okay? Now, 1 of those pounds I break up to go get tested, all right? I take each 4 or 5 or however many testing facilities you have, I take each one of them an ounce, okay? Testing facility A brings back a test that says I have 20% THC, less than 1% CBD in my strain. That same strain I take to site B over here, and they says, oh, well, you got 21% CBD, and you got, you know, 21% THC, and you got 1.5% CBD. And then you take it to the 3rd site, and they say, dude, this is some killer shit, bro. You got 30% THC in here, and it's like a 5, you know, like a 5% CBD. This is a great strain, man. You got it. You got it. When I want to take that product to market, whose test results do you think I want to put out there as a business to make money? Which test results you going to put out there? You're not going to put the lowest ones out there. You probably not even going to put the medium ones. You're going to put that highest score out there. And all 3 or 4 testing facilities could be right according to their test guidelines. But at the same time, like I said, who you gonna want to put out there? You gonna want to tell everybody that, hey man, this is some killer shit. It's got that 30% with that 5%, or you gonna take it out there and be like, no, it's only 20 and less than 1%, like, you know. And I'm not gonna say that nobody in the cannabis industry is here to help the community and the world in general, because there are some like caretakers and dispensary owners out there that want to actually help the world, just like there are some doctors and nurses who actually want to help. It's just not a paycheck to them. But for the most part, especially since, you know, cannabis has become the new gold rush, they calling it the green rush. Like, you got a lot of people out there. You got folks that weren't 3 months ago against cannabis, that fuck cannabis, and no, it needs to be illegal. And then somebody comes to them with a job opportunity or business. Hey, you want to invest in this dispensary? And bam. Wait a minute. 3 months ago, you were trying to ban cannabis, and you were trying to lock my uncle away and all this other shit for this cannabis. But now that you own a cannabis company, then now you ain't got no feelings about it, huh? Because it's making you some money. It ties in with the financial game. It's all about the money at the end of the day, man. Mr. Greenbody, June G, Andre in Wonderland is in the building. What up, mama? Shoe Girl Hill says I'm in NY. That's what's up. Back like I never left. Ain't cheese just skunk from UK. Oh, okay. The dispensary had cheese, and then they had head cheese. I couldn't think of the other strain she had, but the other one, I didn't even see what the numbers were on there. That's one thing that kind of upsets me about a lot of the dispensary, the bud tenders out here per se. A lot of them just started smoking like tomorrow. They didn't start smoking yesterday. They started smoking tomorrow. Like, they just barely christened their lungs with cannabis smoke and cannabinoids and everything else. And they swear up and down they fucking experts because they know how to read numbers. Well, this comes in at 30.1% today, so I suggest that you get the... I'm not here for somebody's fucking test results. I'm here for the strains. Like, I might be one of the weirdest people that actually goes to the dispensaries, because before I go to the dispensary, I'm on Weedmaps looking at the strains, and then I'm trying to figure out which strain it is that I'm looking for that's going to suit me and my medicinal needs. I'm just not looking for, oh, who's got the highest test score today, the highest THC, or I need to get some of that shit. Like, let me get some. I got to get it. No. Just like the chick told me, she was like, no, you want that head cheese. You don't want just the regular. How you know what the hell I want? How you know how much money I got in my pocket for that matter? Like, I almost just wanted to smack her and be like, I grow weed right now, but I'm in between harvests, and I need you guys. I don't need you to tell me what I need. I just need you to be here to sell me what I need when I want it. Crazy lady, but she was cute. Like, she was super cute. I didn't want to get on her. I was just like, no, baby. I'm not trying to be funny. You ain't finna get in my pockets. You're not gonna upsell Mr.SparkzAlot, because I came here knowing what it is, what I wanted. And yeah, let me get that and that. I'm out, son. I don't need nothing else. I don't want to look at your menu. Let me pull up the pictures that I screenshotted on Weedmaps. I need some cheese, and I need some Cinex. No, I actually went for some gelato, but they didn't have no more gelato. Go figure. All they had was pre-rolls. But yesterday, if you bought an eighth, you got a free pre-roll. Well, it wasn't a free pre-roll. It was a penny pre-roll. A pre-roll for a penny. So I got... What did I get? What did I get? I got some Cinex. And I got some cheese. And I got a pre-roll of the gelato, which is what I wanted in the first place. I went down there for the gelato and the cheese. They didn't have the gelato, so I got the cheese and the Cinex, which is another Great strain. So yeah. And she was looking at me like the Cinex was like a medium THC level compared to the scores that they had for their sativas and their indicas and everything. Like it was in the medium. You know, I'm not just here to get high, lady. You see this medical card? I have medical issues. Don't get me wrong. I do like the euphoria effect of cannabis, but I'm not here to get high. If I want to get high, smoke crack or some meth or some powder or some shit that I do not use for the sake that I don't want to get fucked up like that. I like to know what's going on around me. Period. You get too drunk, you stop paying attention to shit. You get high off crack and you just forget what the fuck you are. Meth, same thing. And I ain't trying to do no sexual activities to get my drug on. Craziness. Nope. I've never had to have sex for cannabis before. Oh my gosh. Bob Saget. Cheers, guys. Excuse me. So to answer your question, shoe girl in New York, shoe girl heels. I think the end of the day, the question is really how well do you trust your dispensary and or testing facilities in your area? Because at the end of the day, it's all about the money. And me being a grower and like me knowing what a proper flush should smoke like and taste like and everything else, like I'm almost done with this bowl, and this is the cheese. Like if this was something that I grew, that whole bowl would be white. Like the ash would be all white. It wouldn't be grayish like that. There is a bit of harshness to this. I mean, it's not like Reggie harsh or like that brown Mexico squash shit harsh. You know what I mean? It's got a little kick, but it's not something that's unbearable. But I know if I grew this strain out, I did a whole lot better of a job. So, to ensure that you know exactly what's going inside your body, I suggest that you start your own garden. Now, depending on where you are, I mean, if it's illegal, I don't advise that you do so. But then again, there's a lot of stuff that's illegal nowadays that might not necessarily be in our best interest in general. Don't get me wrong, laws are good. Thou shalt not kill, steal, all that other shit. Yeah, we need laws. But some of this shit that they put on the board, like, oh, you can't chew gum while walking down the street and looking cross street on your cell phone, and can't do that. What you mean I can't do that? If I can do it, then I should be able to do it. But never mind. Long story short, grow your own. And if you're somewhere where you can't grow your own, and if it's possible for you to, you know, I always say if you're in a red state, move. Get your ass up and move somewhere. If the state next door to you has legalized cannabis for medicinal or recreational purposes, move. When those states start seeing how much revenue they're losing because their residents are moving to, you know, I'd leave a forwarding address too. Motherfucker, I'm moving to California because this state is red. And I want to be able to smoke some cannabis or grow some cannabis or, you know, medicate my child because my child has issues or this or that or whatever. I don't care. You know. I'm glad that the laws are the way they are in my area. I wish when it comes to the growing laws, regulations, and everything else, I think growers in general could have got a better deal out of it. But I mean, there's always next voting session. You know, you see something wrong with something, you try to fix it. So the law that as it states now, I think it's a little bit fucked up and it could be amended. So next time it goes up, you know, people need to try to amend it. That raise plant counts or lower, you know, I don't know. I do not know. But I'm semi-happy with the way the laws are here. But if, you know, I couldn't stay in a state where cannabis was going to continue to be illegal. I just couldn't do it. You know, it's just like, it's as ironic as it is, I don't drink, but, you know, when I left Tennessee and the Bible Belt, Georgia and all that, you know, after I graduated high school, like, it was a pain being from somebody. Well, when I moved to the South originally, I was a preteen. And when I moved to the South, you know, all the kids my age then and there coming from Vegas, they were like, oh, you know how to gamble and you be drinking and all this other shit. Dude, I'm 12 years old, bro. I do know how to gamble, but it's not because I'm from Vegas. It's because my dad was a dealer and I paid attention to shit. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't teach me as an 11-year-old, here's how you shoot dice, son, and here's how you play poker, and here's... No, it's stuff that I picked up on watching and reading and everything else. Like, you know, and oh, you must drink. You're from a city that never sleeps. You gotta got drunk sometime or got high or this or that. Like, no. You know, but when you move somewhere like as fast as Vegas to the South, where you can't get, you know, last call is at 3 o'clock. What the fuck is a last call? Yeah, last call. You mean y'all finna close? You a bar? You a grown folk adult bar? Like, nobody comes in here but grown folks, and you gonna close? All your job is to sell liquor and you gonna close? That's crazy, you know. And then you go, there's places in the South you can't buy no liquor on Sundays. Can't buy no liquor on... My money ain't good on Sundays? So you gonna tell me you got all this shit sitting on the shelf and I can't buy none of it? I'm gonna take, for instance, during this Father's Day weekend passed up, you know, I spent some time in Tennessee, Georgia, the whole nine when I was younger, or not younger, but my high school years. And I know in certain areas on Sundays you can't buy liquor, or you're not supposed to buy alcohol or whatever, but if I'm not mistaken, Father's Day was Sunday this year. I went to Walmart in Georgia. In this particular county, I guess, is a dry county, but Walmart... Usually when you go to a store where they you can't buy alcohol after a certain hour or on a certain day, they lock that shit up. I went to Walmart and I was going to get I don't know, 12-pack, 18-pack of Heineken or whatever. And I asked the lady that was on the aisle, can I buy beer today? And she didn't know. She got on the radio and radioed somebody, and they was like, yeah, you can buy beer today. I put the beer at the bottom of my cart and finish my shopping, and then get to the front, and I go to put the beer on the thing, and the cashier looks at me like I'm stupid. Oh, sir, you can't buy that today. Wait a minute, time out. You see this ID? I am from Nevada. Excuse me, I don't know that I did not know that I could. Are you gonna arrest me? You gonna put me in cuffs? Where's the Secret Service? Is the Federal Bureau of Alcohol and Investigation and Tobacco and Firearms? Are they gonna come get me for buying a beer on Sunday as Father's Day? I want to kick a couple cold ones back with my dad and my brother. Oh my gosh, nope, it's not gonna happen. So I left the beer there. I wasn't gonna walk it back to the back of the store and take it back and tell that lady in the back to stop telling people that they can buy beer on Sundays. It's not even like I was trying to buy some alcohol, like some Hennessy or some schnapps or something. I don't know what people drink, Alizé, and I wanted some beer, some cervezas. I couldn't get it. But, well, that's less money you're going to get out of me today. And we're talking Walmart. Walmart stays open all the time just so they can keep money coming in. But, yeah, it's kind of weird to me. Like, I don't even drink, but that bothers me. How you gonna tell me that I can't do something on a specific day? And Saturday is not even Sunday is not even the Lord's day. What's ironic, like, how in the heck you guys shut down for a day just for the hell of it? If you read your Bible, you know that Sunday is not the Sabbath day. That it's not the day of the Sabbath. It's not the day you're supposed to be at church and all that. Saturday is the day for that shit. Y'all closed on Sunday. What the fuck's going on, Walmart? I don't understand it. I don't. But you know what, guys? I haven't packed up one giveaway prize, and I was supposed to be doing that. It said Patron, bro. Small tubes. Hitting, embracing organics. Peace, y'all. Alright, small tubes, appreciate it. Chosen one, what up, man? Green thumb grower, appreciate you being here. If anybody asked me anything, I was not paying attention to the chat because I wasn't. I was just rambling for a long time. I don't even know how long I've been rambling. Probably the last 24 minutes. Because I know I said something about, we was on for 2 hours about 24 minutes ago. It's crazy. Anyways, I didn't plan on doing any giveaways today, even though I do giveaways all the time. We do have, I gotta package up these giveaways and whatnot, but I will make an exception for a giveaway item right now. If anyone in the chat room can tell me what the keyword is for this particular giveaway, if you can type it in the chat room, I will let you pick out a 10-pack of any of the Secret Garden strains. So to choose from, you have the OG guap berries, the double OG guap berries, the D tacos, and the strawberry app gooey cross with super glue, which I have yet to name. So if you can, the first one to put the keyword, if you don't know what the keyword is, don't feel bad. All you gotta do is watch one of my older uploaded videos. I think it was the last video I uploaded. Anyways, the keyword is in there. If nobody knows it, then the prize just won't be given away. But if somebody does know it, then the prize will be given away, and we'll have a giveaway today. I told you guys a while back that I was gonna start incorporating, you know, maybe little secret words, keywords, whatever, into my uploads and or lives. You never know, I might type a word, or I might type the phrase in the chat. I might type the keyword in the chat, like keyword is such and such, and then ask for that keyword later on in the chat, just to see who's paying attention and who's not, who's watching my stuff and who's not, who's paying attention and who's not. So I did a video last month. It's a short video, and somewhere within that video is the keyword. So if you go watch the video, you can find the keyword, and if you remember the keyword, the next time I do the keyword giveaway, you will be able to pick out a 10-pack of the strain of your choice from the Secret Garden. So it doesn't look like anybody is putting a keyword. I know it shows, and I'm always giving away stuff. Always. Maybe that's why I can't have a business, because I'm always giving shit away. Like, well, you going through hard times? Here, pimpin', you got it. But you know what, man? You can't take none of this stuff with you when you go, bro. So if I got it, y'all got it. Especially if I'm not using it. Like this here, for instance. Whenever Grokowski goes live tonight, I don't know how far he is from his goal of raising his $1,300 for his daughter's surgery. But as I stated earlier, whatever he's at, I have $100 to add to his goal that we raised last night. Between 3 people, we raised $100 last night. I want to give a super shout out to these 3 people. First and foremost, Nate Germ. I appreciate your donation, because you donated out of the kindness out of your heart. It was not like a donation for something per se. I mean, all the money raised in general, I'm very appreciative of that being done. Like I said, I love the cannabis community. I was messing around with Grokowski the other day. I was like, man, you know what? I said, when you get this 1,300 done, man, and you get over there, you go get this surgery for your little girl, I said, you make sure you tell that doctor that the cannabis community on YouTube raised this money for your girl so she can get this this operation. You know what I mean? Maybe it'll fix any type of stereotype that he might have about people that use cannabis or consume cannabis, or the cannabis community in general. Maybe that'll change his mind, that doctor's mind, you know, in the future, as far as thinking forward or whatnot, moving forward. But I just thought it was, you know, it's a beautiful thing, man. Excuse me. It's a beautiful thing. So, Nate Germ, I appreciate your donation last night, man. As well as, excuse me, Joshua Dale, Dum Dale. I'm not gonna quit my day job. Daylight come and they one go home. I'm not gonna quit my day job. But Joshua Dale, man, thank you again for your participation in yesterday's festivities or activities. And Giant Skies or GN Skis. I don't know how to say the name. I think it's GN Skis. It might be Giant Skies. Or one of the three. I don't know. Anyways. Mr. Green Body. What up, Hidden Harvest Grow Lights? HHGL. Hidden Harvest Grow Lights. 3 pimpins. So, PNW Auto Grow, what up? I'm going to do a shout out right quick to those that are participating in the chat room before I get ready to get off of here, because I have been on here for 2 hours and 30 minutes and almost 40 seconds. And I feel like I've said way too much. No, I'm just playing. I enjoy kicking it with y'all, man. Answering questions. Getting stuff off my chest. All of that other good stuff. But I see in the chat room, Hidden Harvest Grow Lights, Michelle R., Mr. Green Body, PNW Auto Grower, Tim S. Tim S just disappeared. Zendu, Chosen One was in here as well. Energy Inc. If Joshua Dale is in here, please email me. That's outonabike.gmail.com. I thought Tim left. Well, your name had got taken off the thing, so I don't know. I think I want to say I changed my participants list to 2 minutes. So like if you haven't typed in the last 2 minutes, it won't put you on there. I could be wrong though. Bazago Innovations in the building too as well. Shout out Little Pipe Gang. Little Pipe Gang. Oh, I would also like to for you guys. I would like for you guys, for those of you that pray, if praying is your thing, if you know, if you are a religious person and you pray for yourself along with others and whatnot, I would like for you guys to keep the big homie Pakalolo Perps in your prayers. I don't know how late I am on receiving this information or whatnot, but I've been kind of out of the loop between work and garden and other things. But he has a family member who is ill right now, and I just want you guys to keep him and his family in your prayers. His daughter just graduated this past year, so she's out of school. Congratulations on that. But you know, it seems like sometimes you have good years and sometimes you have bad years, and a lot of times you have years that just have a whole bunch of crazy stuff happen, you know. And for the graduation to happen, and that's a happy moment, and then to find out something's wrong with a family member, it's a sad moment. It's like, it's a big fluctuation of your feelings inside the human body. But long story short, I want you guys to pray for Pakalolo and his family, okay? Keep them in your prayers. If you don't pray, and you like to send, you know, omens or auras or whatever, positive vibrations or whatnot, you know, you can do the same as well. Just keep them in your thoughts, man, in your prayers and whatnot. Anybody else that you know that might be sick or shut in or have issues, you know, it's unfortunate that we have illness in the world, but shit happens. Some of us go through it more than others, and when we do go through it, we always need somebody out there to help us out. Excuse me, whether it's morally, physically, financially, whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? So that's why I always try to do as much as I can for whoever I can, when I can. I put out a fire yesterday. I'm just playing. I didn't put out a fire yesterday, but I did. I saw a fire that somebody left unattended in a vacant lot on my way home from I forgot where I was going. Where did I go yesterday? Oh, yes. I went to go get a pineapple shake from Sonic because I was craving one. It's almost like I was pregnant. I just thought pineapple shake and I had to go get it. It's like, pineapple shake. Anyways, yeah, I was driving home. There was a fire in like this empty lot. But the lot, it's a desert lot. And there's fucking trees and cactuses and what do they call them thing? Oh, what do they call it? Oh, is it sagebrush? You know in the westerns when that big old ball of dried up weed goes down, is that sagebrush? I think I'm having a brain fart, but yeah, it's a bunch of that out there just dry. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I saw a fire and I pulled over and I tried to immediately think of how much liquid I had in the car that I could go douse this fire out with, and I usually have a good half a dozen, you know, half drinking water bottles or whatnot in the car, but on this particular day I only had 2. So I used those to the best of my ability while I was on the phone with the fire department to come out and put this damn fire out. And I thank the fire department for being around because they do an excellent job putting fires out, man. It's crazy. People need to be more responsible on the 4th of July. Don't start fucking forest fires and have Smokey come hunt you down, bro. Only you can prevent forest fires. Tumbleweed. What did I call it? Sagebrush. Yeah, man. Tumbleweed, man. There was like 2 big old tumbleweeds that was trying to catch a blaze yesterday in this lot, man. I had to call the fire department. Luckily, they were right down the street. They got there in less than 5 minutes and put the fire out. But I did help it from not spreading because, like, there was this big old part where it was getting ready to jump over, and I just kind of wet the spot around where it was already on fire at so it couldn't spread per se. I think I deserve a junior firefighting volunteer badge or something. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here though, for real. Shout out to everybody in the chat room, man. I see Tim S, Alicia Parrish, Rock Fams in the building. Shout out to the ladies, all the guys in the chat room. Can you say hey to the ladies before we get ready to leave? Because I love it when they come and intermingle amongst us. I wish they would come in bigger numbers, but hey, I'm trying. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, yeah, I gotta go because I'm getting cotton mouth. And this is fairly gone. And it's warm on top of that. So I'm gonna go smoke hopefully my last cigarette and then put this patch on my arm. Or I should probably wait until, I don't know. The lady said the patch is not waterproof, so I can't like shower and shit with the patch on. So I don't want to put the patch on for an hour and then go shower and then have to use another one. I don't know if you can put it on twice in one day. I don't know. Maybe I should have asked more questions about the patch while I was at the damn doctor. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get up out of here. As always, light up, toke up, blaze up, smoke up. If you like your concentrates, get your dab on. If you like your edibles, get your snack on. Shoe Girl Heels, before you leave, if you could, go check out my other channel. It's the same name, Mr.SparkzAlot, but without the 420, baby. It's just Mr.SparkzAlot. All one word, all lowercase. We got a bigger family over there. I got a little bit more subscribers, but that channel was on suspension. I can't go live over there until the 18th, which is in 13 more days. So we got a 2-week countdown, baby, till your boy can start going back live over there. But I think I'm going to do one live to tell everybody about this channel. And I might just use that channel over there. I might turn that into like a vlog channel, Mr.SparkzAlot. And then I really do, I want to keep this 420, Mr.SparkzAlot 420. I want to keep this as a Zendu. Oh, now you want to work. I don't even know what that was. My gosh. So maybe what's it called? It's a private account. I wonder if that has anything to do with it or not. Shoe Girl, is your account private? And or Zendu, is your account private, Zendu? I'm wondering if it doesn't show me people whose accounts are private. I wonder if that's what that is. Yeah, I didn't say anything, Bixby, so can you not just pop open like that while you listening to my topics of conversation? Your goddamn phone. Oh my gosh. My account is private. Your account is private? You subscribe to Mr.SparkzAlot. My account is not private. Alicia Parrish, Shoegirls. Don't think so. Oh, Zindu, you just subscribed to my original account? Maybe that's what's wrong with my shit. Maybe I need to... Maybe it's as simple as changing the URL in Streamlabs. I think. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. Maybe I have something crossed up or something. I don't know. That's weird though. Why would they tell you that? Yeah, that's why I said welcome to the family. No, I know, but I'm not streaming from that channel right now. Is what I'm saying. So it shouldn't have notified me that you subscribe to that channel. I'm on Mr.SparkzAlot 420 right now. If you just subscribe to Mr.SparkzAlot, it shouldn't have really notified me of anything on this platform. Like when I sign into my Mr.SparkzAlot account, then it should notify me, but it shouldn't have notified me on the 420 account. That's what I'm saying. Like something is mixed up on Streamlabs' behalf that is messing my channel up. It's crazy. It's crazy, 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 crazy. I don't know. I'll figure it out though. Google's all up in everybody's stuff, man. If you use Bixby or Google or Siri or Amazon, them motherfuckers is always listening. They gotta be on standby for you to say, "Okay, Google." Are you gonna act like you can't hear me right now, motherfucker? I said something a minute ago and you all opened up.
I don't understand.
Oh, you don't understand, huh? Okay, Google. What is the capital of Hawaii?
Honolulu is the capital of Hawaii.
Thank you. Okay, Google. Mr. J Rock, your ass is so late, dog. You super late. And I knew that Honolulu was the capital of Hawaii, but I'm surprised I said Hawaii and the motherfucker knew what I was talking about because I didn't say Hawaii. I said Hawaii. Yay. Mr. J Rock, 420, has found the keyword. You sneaky mother sucker, you. Mr. J Rock 420. I'm gonna make sure ain't nobody put it in there beforehand. This guy, Mr. I don't owe you anything currently. No package. No. So let me write this down. Mr. J Rock, if you could let me know which one of the 4 strains that I mentioned earlier you would like for me to send you for paying attention to stuff. Mr. J Rock. Mr. J Rock 420. I'm gonna call that the pay attention prize. I'm just playing. / keyword prize. Keyword. You want the strawberry goo? Words. Strawberry goo glue. That's what I should really call it. The strawberry goo glue. Googly. The strawberry Google. Strawberry Google. My stomach's growling. I didn't finish my sandwich. It's sitting over there looking at me, getting all hard and crusty and shit. Like, dude, you gonna eat? Strawberry goo glue. That's what I think I'm gonna call it. Strawberry goo glue. Strawberry goo glue. Say that shit 5 times fast. Strawberry goo glue. So, Mr. J Rock found my keyword. Congratulations, man. Let me type that in the chat room. I gotta congratulate you. Congratulations, man. Congrats, Mr. J-Rock. Mr. J-Rock, could you do the people in the chat room a favor and let them know where you found the keyword? So they know I'm not bullshitting, because, you know, that's where I put it this time. Who knows? The next video I have, it might pop up randomly in the chat room. I mean, in the video. Just, it might start off. It might end with the keyword. I don't know. I might just put a video out that says, psst, 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 psst. The keyword is September. Oh my gosh. Strawberry goo glue. Strawberry goo glue. Anyways, guys. Zendu says, I'm hoping to get a slap with my beans. You want to slap? I'll slap your ass right now, kid. Ooh! Don't hurt him, Mr.SparkzAlot. Man, you're going to get a slap. But I'm running low on stickers, to be honest with you. And I'm trying to figure out if I want to keep going with the sticker company that I've been using. And if so, then I need to do a fundraiser so I can raise some money to get some more slaps, because yeah, them motherfuckers ain't cheap. And I'm not a millionaire, man. As much as I would love to be a millionaire, nah, I don't want to be a millionaire. I just don't want to want for nothing. I think that's everybody's goal in life. You just don't want to want for nothing. You know? You just don't want to want for nothing. It was in the how to maintain your grow tent video. Yep. And it was all the way, matter of fact, it was the last part of the video. So if you watch that video from start to finish, at the end of the video, it says keyword is pineapple. That's what it says at the end of the video. You guys stay tuned. The next keyword might be in the middle. It might be in the beginning. It might just be a word. It might be in the dialogue. I might be in the middle of doing a... As a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to do another garden update video soon. So I might just whisper it into your guys' ear like mid-sentence. Like I'd be talking and be like, keyword is pineapples. And then keep on talking. I'm a rebel. Anyways, guys, I'm going to stop playing, because I'm starting to mumble now. Would I like mini buds? I don't know about mini buds. But, oh, what else did I want to do? One more time. One more time before you guys leave. If you have not checked out this platform, excuse me. Dang it, where's my thing at? I'm trying to look for something real quick, guys. There's a new cannabis website out for us to take advantage of. It is called Grow Official. Some of you may have heard about it. Some of you may have not. If you have not, I'm going to put a link in here to go check it out. But it is a spot where you can upload videos and photos, and there are message boards and topic boards and all that other good stuff. And it also has this thing called a cannabis calculator, which at the current moment spins while you watch YouTube videos. So when you are getting ready to watch some YouTube videos, if you go to your site, log in, and then go to YouTube, as long as you're watching YouTube and you have that site open like in another tab, your little bell, your calculator goes up. And as far as my understanding goes, in the future you will be able to use your cannabis for goods and services within the cannabis community. So you guys go check that out. And even if you don't really use the cannabis thing or don't like it, it is a place you can go post you know, pictures and videos and comments and all that other stuff, and invite friends and have friends and all that other good stuff. It's got a little messenger on there, the whole nine. So you guys go check that out if you could. And for all you guys that know Rokowski, I don't know what time he's going on tonight, but check him out later on. I should be on the show. And if he's not at that $1,300 mark yet, we are going to add this to his auction. And I will be transferring the 100 that we raised last night to his account tonight when he goes live on his show. So you guys be good out there. I'm going to go because I could stay forever to the 8-hour mark and then start another one. But I love you guys and gals as always. Light up, toke up, blaze up, smoke up. If you like your concentrates, get your dab on. If you like your edibles, get your snack on. Did I finish this bowl early? I don't think so. Cheers. It wasn't a big bowl. I'm trying to hold it in as long as I can. As long as I can. You guys be good out there. I love y'all. Go check out that site. I almost ghosted it. I almost pulled a smash on them. Smash, ghosted. Peace.